On TikTok is EDHE underscore entrepreneurship. For Mr. Price Foundation, you have got, okay, this one I didn't get the handles, but it's actually what you have to post. It's a hashtag Mr. Price Foundation, hashtag Waste Innovation Challenge, hashtag technical team behind the scenes who are actually going to be scoring and rating each and every one of you as you, in some we are going to be winning prizes. But without wasting time, some are even wondering why are we here. I'm humbled to call upon our Director for Technology and Transfer and Innovation, Dr. Pinky Mtola, so that she can actually come and give us a welcome address. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Should have worn my heels today. Morning, colleagues, and apologies for coming in a few minutes late. I was engaged in another meeting just before this one. Colleagues, my name is Pinky Mtola, as you can see in the program. I'm the Interim Director of Technology Transfer and Innovation at DUT since 2024. This morning I represent the DVC-RIE, Prof. Nemabola, and apologies to those who would have wanted to meet him. Program Director, Mr. Solomon, our guests, reps from the Mr. Price Foundation. Apologies, I haven't been able to meet everyone before this. I'm not even sure where some of them are sitting. Colleagues from academia, I'd like to acknowledge representatives from USAF, innovators, very important people sitting in this room today, our students, our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to greet you all on this occasion of the national launch of the Waste Innovation Challenge, courtesy of the Mr. Price Foundation in collaboration with Universities South Africa. Before I continue, please allow me to extend a special greeting to our executive management that's led by Prof. Tambo Mtembo, who's the Vice Chancellor and Principal of the university. We are very delighted to welcome all of you here in our campus in Dumiso, and I know some of you are here for the first time. DUT is not only in Durban, there's 2 campuses in Maritzburg, and Dumiso is one of them. I'd also like to acknowledge stakeholders from the Mr. Price Foundation, led by Mr. Octavius Pogubia, sitting right on the first table, who is the Executive Director at the Mr. Price Foundation, and also the University of South Africa stakeholders led by Dr. Edwell Gumbo. It's an honor, it's a privilege, I must say, for the university. Through our university's Nerve Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, INOBIS, to be hosting the launch of such a very beautiful, significant initiative which seeks to tackle waste. And we know waste is one of the biggest environmental issues that's plaguing our planet. And we're going to be doing this through some innovative solutions, hopefully. In our university, our identity is really deeply rooted in innovation with impact. As a University of Technology, we exist at the intersect of knowledge, creation, very practical solutions, and some societal transformation. Today's launch speaks directly to that mission, ladies and gentlemen. South Africa's waste challenge is not only an environmental concern, as you would imagine, it's also a socio-economic one, which demands bold thinking, cross-sector collaboration, and solutions that are inclusive, scalable, and very much sustainable. The Waste Innovation Challenge does exactly that, as it frames waste not only just as a burden to us, but as an opportunity that we can use to innovate for entrepreneurship and generally green economic growth. We commend the Mr. Price Foundation and USAF for their leadership and foresight in creating a platform that empowers innovators to develop solutions that respond to real-world challenges. This initiative also demonstrates how the private and public sector partnerships can play a catalytic role in building an innovation ecosystem that responds to national priorities and community needs. As DOT, we are very proud to host this national launch because innovation, sustainability, and engagement are central pillars of our research agenda, especially through our Envision 2030 strategy. Through our researchers, tech stations, innovation hubs, and entrepreneurial support structures, we are committed to advancing solutions that contribute to the circular economy and environmental resilience. Equally important, colleagues, is the role of our students and emerging innovators. Such challenges as these provide them with the opportunity to move beyond theory, to actually test ideas, build prototypes, and create enterprises that have real tangible impact. This is how we nurture the next generation of problem solvers and change makers in our society. Today's launch is therefore more than just an event. It's a call to action. It's an invitation to collaborate across disciplines, institutions, across sectors. It also challenges us to rethink how we design, how we consume, how we recover resources, and to do so in many ways that are socially just and economically viable. So we look forward to the innovative ideas that will emerge from this challenge and to strengthening our partnership with the Mr. Price Foundation and all stakeholders involved. Together we can, colleagues, transform waste into value and innovation into impact. This national initiative, which has been rightfully described as one that invites university students and recent graduates to develop commercially viable solutions that address plastic waste, speaks to one of DOT's objectives as envisioned in our strategy, its blueprint, which is the continuous prioritization of environmental sustainability with a very keen focus on green ecosystems, on sustainability, again with a focus on green ecosystems and sustainable energy practices. At our university, we seek to achieve this objective through institutional steadfast commitment to providing distinctive education which aims to foster ecological consciousness, innovation, creativity, and that entrepreneurial excellence in order to produce a well-rounded, adaptive graduate that we speak so proudly of as DOT. This is really a proud moment for us as a university because hosting the launch and the competition also promises to be very productive and brimming with lessons, and for that we're grateful. It's not only served to benefit our students, entrepreneurs, but benefit us as a university wholly. Colleagues, on behalf of DOT, I warmly welcome you to and wish you the warmly welcome you and wish the Waste Innovation Challenge every success that it deserves. Thank you.
Can you give Dr. Ntola another round of applause, please? Thank you very much, Dr. Ntola, for such inspiring, powerful words, where you looked at waste as some form of wealth. It has been us that has not been looking at it as a form of wealth and a form of opportunity, but wherever you find waste, this Waste Innovation Challenge is going to present that strategic collaboration between the universities of South Africa, Mr. Price Foundation, and every youth in the country, in all the four corners of the earth, to actually come and think and say, I don't have an opportunity, but here is an opportunity. Long you can find waste. I know we can be specific, but it brings quite a lot of opportunities in that space. With that, we can only be in the position do it as an ecosystem. And this ecosystem of universities, the private sector like Mr. Price Foundation, and the ecosystem champions like EDHE will make it possible. So it's for us, the youth, who are actually supposed to make the change. And this just make me thinking and linking to what our president said in the SONA address, where he's saying our youth unemployment sitting at 40%. But who is there? It's us again who's supposed to be challenged and come up with those solutions. So here is the challenge. It's not just a challenge, but rightly, as Dr. Mtola had said, it's call for action for us, all the youth that are in the room. But I will not have done justice if I don't invite the Chief Executive Officer of Mr. Sorry for that. It's Dr. Matutu, Chief Executive Officer for University South Africa, so that she comes and unpack the reason behind the vision of this challenge, why the partnership has been seen so important, and why all the universities are positioned at the right position to champion it so that it reaches every youth. Can you give a good round of applause to Dr. Matutu so that he can come and address us?
Thank you. I think that's right. To the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Mthembu, Professor Nemavola, who in absentia, Mr. Octavius Pukubia, the Director of Mr. Price Foundation, Dr. Pinkintolo, Interim Director, Technology and Innovation at DUT, Professor Fano Mashao, Director, Business School at DUT, Professor Gugu Mchunu, Executive Dean, Faculty of Health Sciences at DUT, Professor Suren Singh, Executive Dean, Faculty of Applied Sciences, DUT, Professor Pomolo Morejele, Executive Dean, Faculty of Art and Design, DUT, Professor Thomas Dobbelstein, Honorary Research Professor and Chairperson of the DUT Business School, Siana Puka, the Global Higher Education and Innovation Strategist, Ms. Zinhle Gwamanda, CEO at eThekwini Maritime Cluster, Ms. Nokuphila Ndebele, Representative of Small Enterprise Development and Finance Agency, KZN, the represented universities in this room from DUT, the students, the innovators who are with us, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to be here today at this Mr. Price Foundation EDHE Waste Innovation Challenge, a national launch event. Let me start by thanking the Durban University of Technology for hosting us today. It's not by chance that this event is being held at the DUT Midlands in the Dumiso campus that is located within a township. It is in areas such as these that the need, entrepreneurship driven by inclusive innovation, intersect.
The campus has also been extremely involved in waste recycling initiatives. It's befitting that this launch is held at DUT, where we have an Institute of Wastewater Technology, which addresses key environmental and water sustainability challenges. Adding plastic waste to this well-established area, which has advanced impactful interdisciplinary research, should not be a problem. DUT was selected as it currently has a relationship with Mr. Price, supporting some of their students with one of their student premiers who upcycles only clothes and material into other items, supplying their products into Mr. Price stores. Let me further express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Price Foundation for the partnership with EDHE program that aims to create an entrepreneurial ecosystem in South African public universities. The EDHE program is funded by the Department of Higher Education and Training and managed by Universities South Africa. Universities South Africa is a representative body of the 26 public universities, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Universities South Africa. I had the MC saying that it's led by Dr. Gumo. USAF is led by Dr. Matutu, not Dr. Gumo. We acknowledge Mr. Price Foundation's driver for investing in this area of converting plastic waste into reusable products, processes, and innovation. They've identified plastic waste to be a significant challenge within their ecosystem. While acknowledging this problem for the footprint of the company, it's a global problem which has left our communities, our seas, our rivers full of plastic waste. This illustrates the urgent need to deal with the challenge well beyond the motivation of the Mr. Price Foundation. It is a global problem, and the problem is enormous. To convert this waste into something of value is so crucial for the entire world, for our well-being, for the environment. As Universities South Africa, one of our key areas of focus is to support universities in developing viable entrepreneurial ecosystems. Nurturing students in developing businesses in waste management is long overdue. The Mr. Price Foundation EDHE Waste Innovation Challenge is a game changer that will see training of our students, shifting of mindsets, wherein business opportunities will emerge from this global challenge and its environmental degradation as well. We are eternally grateful for Mr. Price Foundation's contribution to the elevation of this problem and mobilizing our students in this way towards its resolution. This initiative will enhance the entrepreneurship development agenda among students. Our country continues to face the triple challenges of poverty, of unemployment, and inequality. Within this context, the higher education sector's role is to ensure improved economic participation and social involvement of our youth and adults, produce and exploit knowledge for economic and societal benefit. Entrepreneurship is one of the areas within higher education that has been identified as a game changer for getting our graduates to be employers rather than job seekers in an environment which is has very low economic growth and high unemployment rate. At a personal level, the majority of entrepreneurs earn higher incomes than employees generally. There are tangible benefits to entrepreneurship, like greater autonomy, and generally entrepreneurs have higher levels of job satisfaction than employees. Entrepreneurship plays a crucial role in driving economic growth, fostering innovation, while also contributing to social change and community development. In terms of economic contributions, entrepreneurs are significant contributors to employment generation. They create new businesses that provide jobs, which in turn stimulates local economies. Regarding innovation, entrepreneurship is a key driver of innovation. Entrepreneurs develop new products and services that meet market demands, often leading to technological advancement and improved processes. These innovations not only benefit consumers, but also enhance productivity across various sectors. On economic growth, entrepreneurship fuels economic growth by introducing new ideas and solutions that can transform industries. Successful entrepreneurial ventures can lead to increased competition, which often results in better products and services for consumers. Before I stop, let me acknowledge the regional universities which are here with us. We appreciate the collaboration of the universities within the province, the 4 universities, which is DUT, MUT, University of KwaZulu-Natal, and University of Zululand. It is quite crucial for them to come together, work together, have competitions together, learn from each other, and elevate the status of entrepreneurship at a countrywide level. We are seeing some of these results. We were here just a year ago, launching the Upside Innovation Challenge at Mangosuthu University of Technology. This was not just about Mangosuthu University of Technology accepting the challenge. It was about its alignment to the work that we do and the interface between technological innovation and entrepreneurship. We're seeing that once more within this university and within its focus on research. We have so many institutes which are coming on board, and waste management is also one of them. We have a number of other institutes which are there to further enhance this area of waste within the university. So being here has a lot to do with the strength of Durban University of Technology, not just because we were invited, but the alignment of their work with this work that we intend to do as the Mr. Price Foundation EDHE Waste Challenge. So we look forward to the culmination of what we are seeing today towards the end of November. In between, a lot of work is going to happen, the training of our students, and also looking at the best innovators in the country and the best entrepreneurs in the country and the most inclusive initiatives that we can have in the country. And I hope this is not the first and the last time we will be supported towards this endeavor by Mr. Price Foundation. I wish it continues every year. We do need this area to be elevated to that level, and also use it as a test case to see if an issue-based kind of entrepreneurship can elevate the status of the problem to a level that can be impactful at a countrywide level. So on that note, let me close and also thank everybody and each and everyone who's participating in this particular launch. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Matutu. My apologies for Miss, but she is the CEO of University South Africa. She has just alluded to the importance of this initiative, which has got a strategic importance within the higher education space, which touches on entrepreneurship. As she was actually presenting, there are some quick statistics that I actually saw, where they are saying in a year more than 430 million tons of plastics are produced, and over and above that, most of it end up in the aquatic life, which breaks down to microplastics, and it even pollutes the fish that we eat every day. So this is not just an initiative that one can ignore, but it's an initiative that one has to pay attention and see how best we can reduce this environmental impact, the health hazard that it poses to us, as well as how best we can actually be in the position to capitalize on the economic benefits that can come from it. And I'm hoping that as we engage into this, especially with the universities in the space to support the young entrepreneurs, the youth, we're actually going to see quite a lot of these side effects of plastics, which has been there for years, being addressed. And in doing so, making sure that we actually come up with quite a lot of solutions and innovation in circular economy, rethinking how we actually manufacture our produce, thinking of the whole value chain, how best we can reduce that. And this will actually leave a better world for the future to come, because it is us who has got the responsibility for those that are going to live in the future generation that are going to come and live in this earth, even if we've long departed. Okay, with a round of applause, I'm welcoming Dr. Gumbo, the Director for Entrepreneurship, University South Africa.
Thank you so much, Program Director. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, let's put some life. You know, I've just been promoted. I received the promotion as Program Director. Thank you so much for being with you. Just to give a background, university, to maybe our friends from the media, Universities South Africa is a representative body for all the 26 public universities. And the program, Entrepreneurship Development in Higher Education, is one of the flagship projects under USAF that coordinates and enables entrepreneurship. Just to give that background. Once more, good morning, distinguished guests, university leaders, colleagues, partners, entrepreneurs, student innovators, and everyone, all our colleagues from the private sector, our partners who are interested in what we do, and all the 26 universities, 4 universities present here, and those watching online, good morning. You have all been acknowledged by Dr. Matutu, so I will not go through the list of the names, but I acknowledge the senior university leadership that is present here, including our CEO, Dr. Matutu. It is really a privilege to address you today at this national launch of the Mr. Price EDHE Waste Innovation Challenge. Firstly, I think let me also acknowledge the Durban University of Technology for co-hosting this important event. Our partners, Mr. Price Foundation, for your continued support for youth empowerment, youth development, enable entrepreneurship. Can we give DUT and Mr. Price Foundation a round of applause, please? You know, this initiative is more than a competition. It reflects our shared belief that our young people possess the creativity, resilience, and capability to respond to complex challenges with practical, innovative, and commercially viable solutions. This Waste Innovation Challenge is a national platform that is co-hosted by yourself through the EDHE program and Mr. Price Foundation. It challenges university students and graduates, as well as researchers, to reimagine waste as an engine for green entrepreneurship, an engine for sustainable economic growth. Our focus is very intentional. While, you know, to the entrepreneurs that are here, the famous EDHE Entrepreneurship Intervarsity celebrates student entrepreneurs across multiple sectors. This challenge places a strong emphasis on environmental sustainability, green technologies, and circular economy ventures. We are calling on young innovators to respond directly to one of the most pressing challenges of our time with effective and responsible waste management innovations. Through this program, we support participants from idea generation, through skills development and prototyping, to pitching right through to market readiness. This structured innovation ensures that promising concepts develop into viable enterprises that can operate successfully in the real economy. To date, the call has been so encouraging. As of Friday, we had 950 expressions of interest, which is applications. And remember, applications remain open till the 27th of February. And we had quite a number of registrations for today. A lot of students, student innovators wanting to attend this in-person launch, but we had to limit because of capacity constraints. So to our partners, Mr. Price, this shows the demand for such a program. Young people are raising their hands to say, we are here to provide solutions, and not just solutions, but innovative solutions to deal with the challenge of waste. And you are aware that 400 out of these applications are going to cross 1,000, and out of this, we are going to accept 400 on a developmental journey where you will be developed not just on plastic waste management, but on the broader waste management principles. And the top 20 moving into a structured, intense program that then zooms into plastic waste management. The competition is open to registered students, alumni of our universities, and researchers between the ages of 16 and 34. from all our 26 public universities. To give numbers, the current student body of our 26 public universities is approximately 1.1 million students. So that's quite a massive number of our students that we want to reach to. You are free to apply as an individual or as a team of up to 4 members. Importantly, what we're looking for early stage ideas, as well as operating businesses. Applicants, you don't really need to have a registered business when you apply, because this is a development journey. Come with your idea, we'll develop you around your idea till it's validated, till you register it as a business. Shortlisted entrants will take part in a 6-week online training program that will cover the principles of design thinking, waste to value business model, circular economy principles, pitching, as well as investor readiness, including product prototyping. Participants will then submit formal proposals from which we'll have the top 50. That will then be cut down to the top 20 innovations that will attend an intensive boot camp, as well as pitch at the national finals for a total prize pool of 245,000 rands. Thanks again to Mr. Price Foundation. This will include a grand prize of 100,000 rands for the first place top waste management, waste innovator, 100,000 for that prize. That will also come with mentorship, business development support, technical training, as well as national exposure. It's not just about the prize, but it's the exposure that you would get. Over the weekend, to the student innovators, there was something that was happening in Cape Town. I think it started on Thursday and Friday. What was it? Let me just check if you guys follow. What was it in Cape Town? What happened in Cape Town? There was a platform, Sweat. Was it Sweat Africa, right? Sweat Africa. To show you how important this platform is. So you guys don't follow it, I assume. Who were the grand prize winners? And it's just not, it's not a South African platform, it's a continental platform, Sweat Africa, a big platform that celebrates and rewards top innovators coming from the continent. The people who won that Sweat Africa challenge in Cape Town is actually one of our alumni who have gone through the EDHE from the University of Stellenbosch, Urobo Biotech. You can actually track them. Even when we launched the EDHE Apps Innovation Challenge, one of their founders was actually in attendance last year at MUT. You can track them. They are not only making an impact on the continent or in the country, but they are making a global impact. And these are type of innovators that we're looking for. Innovators with solutions that will have impact in our country, on the continent, as well as globally, creating jobs, creating a livelihood for many, and taking care of our Mother Earth. And those winners from last week or this past weekend are actually in Waste Innovation as well. I'm not sure if they're going to enter. So that's the level of competition that you're going to be going against. As I've mentioned, total prize pool 245,000, 100,000 for the first winner. But beyond the financial rewards, the true value of this challenge lies in the skills, the networks, and confidence that participants will develop throughout the program. I am aware of some of the innovators that have come from our host university, the Durban University of Technology. I think one of your top innovations is algae to make fish feed at a fraction of the cost. So there's amazing innovations that have come from this university, amazing innovations that have come from the host province, from the 4 universities in KZN, and amazing innovations that have come from the EDHE community. So we are seeking a diverse range of innovations. I'm not sure what you're going to think of: eco bricks, upcycled furniture, technological tools such as smart waste systems, service-based models, recycling for reward platforms, awareness initiatives that promotes behavioral change. Above all, we seek solutions that demonstrate creativity, feasibility, scalability, and measurable environmental and social impact. For our universities, this competition offers an opportunity to advance the Sustainable Development Goals and ESG priorities, to showcase student-led innovation, strengthen industry partnerships, and equip graduates with the tools to launch impactful enterprises. As William McDonough says, waste equals food. This statement reflects the principle that in a well-designed system, nothing is truly wasted and everything has value. Through this challenge, we are empowering young innovators to design such systems for South Africa's future. As EDHE, we remain committed to building an enabling environment in which entrepreneurship is embedded within teaching, research, and community engagement. Together with the Mr. Price Foundation, our universities, and our industry partners, we are investing in a generation of innovators who will drive sustainable development and inclusive economic growth. I therefore encourage all eligible students, alumni, and researchers to take full advantage of this opportunity. Submit your ideas, participate actively in the training program, learn from the mentors, and use this platform to transform your vision into reality. In closing, I would like to thank once again our partners, the host institution, and all stakeholders present today for your dedication to this important initiative. I am aware of a number of the faculty deans, executive deans from DUT, Dr. Ntola. We really appreciate it. Shows the buy-in from the academic leadership of this university that together we can co-create solutions that will transform our society. We look forward to witnessing the emergence of innovative, scalable, and environmentally responsible enterprises through this program. Together, let's transform waste into opportunity, innovation into enterprise, and ideas into lasting impact. I thank you.
Another round of applause. Thank you very much, Dr. Gumbo, for such detailed outline of the project. Those that were not listening, make sure you make it to top 20. Top 20, there's 100,000 price tag, and there is a bucket of quite a lot of things that you can also benefit from that. We seem to be doing well on time, but without wasting time, I'm going to call upon Mr. I guess you forgive me if I don't pronounce the spelling, the surname well, but I'll try my best. Kukubwe, the director of Mr. Price Foundation. Whilst he's coming, there is no innovation that gains momentum when industry is not involved. And he's coming here showing belief in the youth, belief in green enterprise, as well as scalable solutions. Let's give a round of applause to Mr. Kukubwe.
Yeah, a lot of people start my surname with an African, pronunciation. They say Puku, but they finish it off with an English pronunciation, Ba. And it puzzles me. Why did you start with Puku but finish with Ba? Why did you not say Fuku Ba? It's always very interesting. But you did, program director, did give your best shot. Thank you very much. Protocol observed. If you permit me, I think I want to also move in that line. There's been acknowledgements from the previous speakers. Dr. Matutu, Gumbo, and Dr. Ntola as well, regarding the leadership of different universities, USAF, HDE. But I also want to give a big shout out to my team that's sitting in front of the site. And I'm hoping that you can engage with them after this session during lunch to ask them further questions about this program and why we're doing what we're doing and what we do as Mr. Price Foundation. But also thanks to Nontokozo and her team for inviting us. I did query and question, how do they get the rights to host? How do they get the hosting rights? Out of the other universities, there was an audit that was conducted where the bids that were submitted, Dr. Matutu, around who hosts and who doesn't host. But we're very thankful. You are our greatest friends in KZN. Mine is really to give you an idea of why this program, why now, why us, and why with you. And I'm hoping you can indulge me in detailing how we came about this program, which I think is very important. Some of it has been touched by and alluded by previous speakers, but the team has worked very hard to get to this point. When we announced last year, in fact, I think some contracts were not even signed. When we announced at the Lekgotla conference, some contracts were half signed. We're still in the middle of finalizing the scope and the rights and legal privileges there. It could have, failed at the last minute, but when we conceptualized this program, we're done a number of pilots in the waste management space. And we evolved to ask ourselves, how do we begin to engineer something that provides an avenue for a number of innovators that can solve at least half of the problems that we are faced with in the space that we operate in as Mr. Price. So from that end, it became very clear for us in terms of who we needed to partner with, institutions that have got the right level of competence, the right level of credibility, the right level of foresight and diligence in order for us to ship this thing out. And I'm quite excited sitting here representing a fantastic team that we are now ready, to execute this program. With that said, I want to also greet a very special audience that are either listening online or in this room, which are young people whose ideas will shape the future of this country. This program is exclusively designed for young people. It's the Price Foundation. You can see on our banners, we're a youth empowerment champion. We're very particular and very, very strong in our philosophy of really centering young people in everything that we do. So as we stand today, we're not just launching a program. We're launching, I know Dr. Gumbo, calls it a platform. And I want to give it even a bigger concept. We're launching a pathway. We're launching a pathway that connects real economic opportunities, that drives real solutions being brought to the fore, enabling entrepreneurial capability, and giving those capabilities real market opportunity. And it's a pathway that takes one of South Africa's most pressing challenges, and waste, and positions it as a springboard for green innovation, new venture creation. We're looking for new businesses that are scalable, that are sustainable, that will make impact that truly matters. And to have young people at the core of it for us is exciting. So today is not just the launch of a competition, it's an activation of a national capability. You may ask yourself, why waste? Of all the things that you could invest some money in. And by the way, the investment we've allocated, we are very clear that it is still just a drop in the ocean. We are not confused by it. Could it be 10 million rand? Of course. Could it be 100 million rand? Absolutely. Could it be 150 million rand? Certainly. But this for us is a start, and we're hoping that as we meet you halfway in building your companies and solving real problems, we are also, from an impact perspective, solving something by launch of this pathway, and we're hoping to scale it over time. But South Africa generates over 100 million tons of waste every year. We've mentioned different types of waste, but plastic tape, for example, is nearly about 20% of that volume. And only 10% is recycled. And even within that 10% that's being recycled, less than 30% is processed into reusable recycled materials. So these numbers, for us, they tell us a deeper story. We're sitting on an under-leveraged economic opportunity of national significance. Waste is not just an environmental challenge, it's a raw material. Raw materials are the foundation of many industries. So when you combine the youth population with underdeveloped green technology sector and a rich feedstock of this waste, you get a once in a generation opportunity to create new industries rooted in circularity, sustainability, and innovation. So South Africa's biggest environmental crisis may also be the biggest missed opportunity that we have, only until now, because we are launching this pathway. So at Mr. Price Foundation, we see ourselves as more than just funders. We see ourselves as catalytic investors. We see ourselves as ecosystem architects. And our purpose is really to create a lasting economic opportunities for young people, building skills, strengthening employability, and enabling entrepreneurship. We have a new 10-year strategy to empower 500,000 young people with resilient economic opportunities by 2035. And that's not just a slogan, it's a commitment from where we stand. It's a long-term measurable commitment to the next generation. We're committing ourselves to the next generation. And I want to be very clear, the green entrepreneurship is not just a peripheral component of that strategy and that mission. It is very central. So we want to make this pathway a key offering in terms of our strategy going forward. It's one of the most promising job-creating avenues for young people, because it creates employers. We want you guys to exit universities as employers, having built solutions that are patented, that are commercialized, and are thriving out there, and not just leaving the universities as employees. It builds ventures that are rooted in local realities and communities, and I'm quite excited and the work that DUT, for example, is doing in the communities around waste. But it also gives us an opportunity to expand into industries that can grow as global sustainability pressures continue to rise, and because it's becoming more and more of a topical issue. So when we speak youth empowerment, it's not just charity from where we stand. It's about nation building. You may wonder and ask yourself, how do we connect the dots from the launch and the design and the construct of this program? We designed this program at the intersection of entrepreneurship and innovation. In our experience and in our observation in the past, there will be innovation programs that run on their own, but have very little built-in commercial elements in it and commercial components into them. So what do we want to do? We want to ensure that this program is at the intersection of these two elements so that we can have more resilience built into the circular economy in the country. And the intersection, it matters, and it's very deliberate for us because innovation alone doesn't build resilient industries. Entrepreneurship alone does not shift national systems. But when entrepreneurial talent, scientific creativity, I was very excited last year when I even commented and I said, It's quite amazing to be in the midst of entrepreneurial scientists at the last awards in November, December. Scientists that are not just passionate about ensuring that they solve one problem, come up with a solution and patent it, and then they go, but are also looking at how to build businesses around these inventions. So we want all of that to meet the waste that we have, the size of waste, the opportunity that is sitting out there, because we think that could present a new economic frontier. And when it is youth-led, it is climate relevant, it's commercially viable, and it's globally scalable, I think everybody wins. I won't talk about how the program, what you get to benefit and what is lined up for you, but I'm very excited. I wish I could enter it, but the conditions of this program, they exclude me and my relatives and my family. Unfortunately, I won't have any chance of getting a shot at that 1 million. But Dr. Gumbo did mention, so please do take advantage of it. I think what the program is asking you is not asking you to design something interesting, something sexy, something fun. What the program and this pathway is inviting you to build something that is investable and commercially scalable. And I think I need you, if you're pondering whether, individually or with your team, to really think this very carefully. And you've got an ecosystem of infrastructure to support you to build this kind of investable and commercially viable, scalable businesses. I want to also address why we partnered with universities. Universities for us are not just academic institutions, they are innovation ecosystems, because we know you are surrounded by a number of infrastructure that help you to fail fast and fail safely. You are within an incubation, you're within an environment that is designed to support you, even when you fail fast, figure it quickly, and build something that truly matters. You can imagine if you're not within a university, you would have very little support, availability of mentors, technical support, commercialization official specialists. So as a researcher, as you sit there, please take advantage of it. Universities are places where research becomes prototype, creativity meets engineering, interdisciplinary thinking becomes economic opportunity. So this challenge activates and invites students, alumni, researchers across all these universities to bring and build things that truly matter. We understand universities to really strengthen the critical bridge between education, enterprise, and economic participation. And that's why we chose to work with USAF. When universities back innovators, countries accelerate. The circular economy is not just simply a sustainability concept in our view. It is systems redesign tool. It asks us to keep materials in use for as long as possible, to design waste out of the system, and to capture value where others see liability. So for us, waste exists across the value chain, from packaging to logistics to products, and therefore our responsibilities in twofold, where we sit, reduce the footprint, invest in youth-led innovations that transform the system itself. So the challenge in our way of bridging community-based creativity, university research, and youth-led entrepreneurship together to tackle the national issue from the ground up. So what we're doing today, and as we start to continue to ramp up our work, we're intentionally building an ecosystem in which, for us, waste becomes input becomes innovation, innovation becomes enterprise becomes employment, and employment becomes economic resilience. This is the pipeline we envisage. This is the architecture we're constructing with you today. We're not just launching ideas, we're building an economy. So I want to ask every student, graduate, researchers listening today that this is not just another opportunity, it's an open door into the green economy, one of the fastest growing global markets in the next decade. I say this because in the last 6 months, 2 banks have approached us and asked, do we have a pipeline of green or sustainable enterprises in the green space that we can send them to fund. There's nothing, there's no one. We can't think of a pipeline of 10 or 50 or 20 companies that we believe are investor ready for the size of capital that you guys would ideally sign to build, major companies in the regions. So we're not looking for necessarily perfect businesses for this program. We want to create a pipeline of those kind of businesses that investors are looking for with this program. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for people who are keen to build, who are interested in tinkering, people who thrive at being in the laboratories and, try this, does it not work, I've got this idea, let's put this together, let's, get this material together. Those are the kind of things that this program is inviting you to do and to be and experience. So we're looking for bold thinking, commercial realism, measurable environmental impact, and scalable business models. And you've got all the support to help you figure everything out. You don't have to have figured everything out from the moment you apply. If you can turn plastic waste into a product, say a technology, a platform, or an insight, we want you in this program, in this challenge. I don't think youth is waiting for handouts. I think youth is what presents us with an opportunity to launch exciting businesses of the future. So let's imagine a country where macro recycling hubs thrive in township economies, where universities become national launchpad for green economies, where plastic waste is transformed into durable material, digital platforms, climate tech tools, circular products, and where South Africa becomes a continental leader in waste-to-value innovation. This is the future we are designing with you, and this challenge is the one that is one of the engines that will get us there. So the next green economies, the next green companies on this continent may be built from the waste that we generate from this program that we are launching today. So let us build together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pukubwe. At least I managed to pronounce it well. Let's give him another round of applause. We are really deeply humbled by your passion to see the youth in our university succeed and taking part in this national initiative. Let's hope we'll have more of these private stakeholders that are coming to the fore and follow your footsteps. Thank you very much. I'm going to call upon our last speaker for the first session before I call the choir again. So our duty choir, they're getting ready. But before I do that, I want to call upon, this one I'm happy that I'm going to be able to pronounce it, Miss Yana Kuka. She's a global higher education and innovation strategist from Europe. She has advised governments, international organizations on how to use higher education as a driver of social economy. Can you give a round of applause to Ms. Puka as she comes forward?
Okay, so I'm pretty short, but I guess I can do this anyway. Okay, I'm very, very happy to be back in the DUT and Innovis. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's always heartening to be here, and particularly because it has been a little bit long time since I was here last time. COVID came, and then there has been only online collaboration. It's heartening to see how Innovis has grown from a, I would say, humble start with few driving people into a thriving center. And now you have such a good collaboration also with important stakeholders. So congratulations to Innovis and DUT in general. So I would just like to say that as a European, I think Africa is the continent where the big challenges will be solved. the global north has pretty much dropped the ball. This is also the continent where the destiny of the humankind will be solved. My background is in political history and international law, and I'm often, during the past year, in despair. It is wonderful to see a continent and a country with young people who have ideas, drive, and hope for the future. My collaboration with South Africa started in 2010 when I led an OECD review in the Free State. That was about higher education institutions' role in regional and city development. So we looked into what are the higher education institutions doing in human capital development, in reskilling, in skilling and upskilling people, in reskilling, in research and innovation, and also entrepreneurship, in social, cultural, and environmental development, and also in developing sort of collaborative capacities to work together with the government, business, industry, and civil society. So the idea of the OECD review was that it has to be a higher education system which is tackling the bigger problems. So higher education institutions are collaborating. So I'm very happy to see that there are 4 universities from this region who are collaborating or who are here present. I hope that it will not only be about this challenge, that you will collaborate, but there will be more opportunities to work together. And now back to the waste management, because I know this is the main issue here. Waste is valuable. And there are countries in the world, for example, Sweden, where they have progressed so far that in their recycling and reuse of waste that they are now importing waste to be treated in their country. That is also something that maybe South Africa, when you are now tackling this issue, can take a role. Solving this problem is very important, and it will benefit from deep collaboration of higher education institutions with the stakeholders. It is about teaching and learning, teaching of children, teaching of the youth, students, adults. It's about research and innovation and entrepreneurship and starting up new businesses that we are trying to do here. And it's also about community development. Too often in some countries you see the attitude where just littering and soiling, throwing away waste is seen as something that you do because it creates jobs. But what can it create? It's low-skilled, non-beneficial jobs. You need to climb up the ladder. And I would say that in my home country, I live in France, but in my home country, Finland, we have also used the biggest, really collect their stuff and return it. So finally, I wish the best of luck for all involved in this hackathon. I hope there will be a lot of young people enthusiastic in taking part of this, and I think South Africa will be able to solve this problem, and within a few years there will be a visible difference. When people are coming to this country, they will see clean areas, thriving communities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Booker. It's always an honor to have you among us. Let's give him another round of applause.
So you're going to set it and then you put the PowerPoint.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. She said, Africa is the future. The North, the West, the East have dropped the ball. So here we come. And we are going to do it through our youth. As I'm waiting and call upon the choir, I've got some goodies that I have got here. And I'm going to ask, firstly, from my technical team, if there is somebody who has really played some hashtag and who's actually getting a prize. But those that are in the house, even if you're online, we'll make a way to ship the prize to you. Those that are on the line, please engage. I guess you are sending hashtag Mr. Price Foundation, DHE, Waste Management. Those that are here, whilst I'm waiting my jury from the technical to give me just maybe one so that I can give, I'm going to ask those that are within the house, yeah, you were here, eh? We don't just give the prize. Like one of the speakers said, what was the method used for DUT or InnoBiz to host this? So mine is very fair because everyone is going to see it quite clearly. I've got 3 prizes in the bag and each one has to win. My first question is, I guess I'm seeing everyone so that I don't miss anyone, right? My first question is going to be, what is the criteria for you to enter into this challenge that we are launching today? Oh, very difficult. I saw the hand there first, and I saw those 2. All right, and I'm going to allow, I'm not going to be the one who's going to say yes. I'll allow me to use Dr. Gumbo to tell me, because he had said quite a lot there, to say you're correct or not. There's a hand there. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, colleagues, and welcome. You all look amazing. I heard that you have to be a registered student, you can be an alumni, and you can apply as an individual or a group, but then you should not exceed 4.
Okay, I've got my answers there. I'm not sure before I say much, Dr. Gumbo, sorry to bother you.
Okay. And in closing, you don't need to have your company registered because we are at a developmental journey.
All right, thank you very much. Dr. Gumbo said you have won the prize. Let me. Are we ready for the next one? Are we ready? Okay, this one, I'm going to ask one of our, Miss Noble. Can you please assist me, because this one is the giveaway. Right, that's why I will disqualify initially, but after you give me thumbs up, I had to give. It's only students that are going to answer this one now, right? The 2 prizes are going to go to students, because I can see others were ready. So yeah, Ms. Noble, please assist me. Yeah, oh, the whole bag is the prize. Wow. Oh, you got another one. Wow. I've already split it. Yeah, it's a lot. What is the age limit of the people that are supposed to apply? Yo. I saw, are you a student? Okay, I saw your hand. Okay, thank you.
Yes, it's 18 to 34.
That's wrong. 18 to 24. To
34.
That's wrong. I saw another student this side. Yes, I saw another student there. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Because I was listening very carefully here. If you're listening attentively, you get the answer. Yes.
From age 16 to 34.
To?
34.
Repeat again.
from age 16 to 34.
Thank you very much. You got the bag, huh? Yeah, you can come for the bag. Oh, we've got another one. Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Kize. You're supplying. Right. There's something that was said nicely. What exactly are they looking for those that are going to apply? There's a speaker that actually articulated so well. What exactly are they looking for? Not the requirements. Not the requirements. What exactly are they looking for? Okay, I saw, yes, 2 years. Yeah, yes, my brother.
So they are looking for ideas that have the potential to be scalable and to be economically viable.
Thank you very much. You nailed it.
Kosha, please help us with this. Kosha from the State House. Thank you.
In the meantime, can I have the choir up front for an item, and then we can go to our next item? Duty choir. Duty choir. There are more prizes to come. Please continue listening attentively. The choir.
Yes, Rohit mic.
Whilst the choir is coming up front, as per our schedule, we're doing well. I'll ask Ms. Norbert to get ready. It's all about entrepreneurship development in KZN universities. So we're going to have Ms. Norbert. Then we're going to have Dr. Duma, Dr. Kumele, and Ms. Mabika in that order. Thank you.
Sanele. Save that. Is the presentation set to switch to?
Yeah, the only thing that is left is to just click on the Teams. But I didn't want to click because you're still showing us.
But share it on Teams and minimize Teams.
Oh, I can still do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Just, because it's not been shown, you can do that. Then I'll just switch it here.
Okay. Not always want us to add a click. She wants a click. I'll just go and test. Yeah, so for sure. Let's get
YouTube. Oh, yeah. You can flag it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, DUT Choir. Can we give them another round of applause, please? In entrepreneurship, we need to have musicians by our side so that we can refresh our mind and we can as well start dancing. Yeah? That's when innovative ideas pop up. So you need this to balance. Without wasting time, can I please call upon Ms. Notokozo Ngobo, our Economic Activation Officer at EDHE University of Technology.
Colleagues, good morning to everyone. Allow me to stand on the already established protocol, but I do want to say, before I start, maybe to say thank you to Yusuf for bringing Mr. Price to DUT, and thank you, EDHE, and for providing this opportunity for our students to turn their ideas, especially their waste ideas, into a real world platform of innovation, especially in the green space. Thank you so much for trusting DUT. But I just want to check if MUT is here. Is MUT students here? DUT, are you here? UNIZULU, are you here? I got in a sub with DUT. It looks like we're scared of Stellenbosch. Dr. Gumbo scared us with Stellenbosch. Siyabasaba yini na? EKZN aswasabu. So last year, just give you this second, last year we launched at MUT. Unfortunately, we didn't make it at KZN, but this year, 2026, we're going to show them. How is that KZN? Yes. Colleagues, allow me to share with you what we've been up to at DUT. I'm be sharing some of the activities that we've been busy with at DUT in terms of the entrepreneurship development, both for our students and for what is strategically happening as an institution. I'm going to start with maybe the high-level stuff that we've been busy with the Office of the VC, the DVC, the technology transfer, and all the units that are involved in terms of the entrepreneurship and innovation at DUT. There's quite a number of programs that we've been working with. One of the major one is the entrepreneurship integration into the curriculum that we've been working with, and also benchmarking with global best practices at different countries to see how best do we integrate in a much more practical way and impactful way into our curriculum. It's been an intense exercise that we've been busy with, driven by our DVC research, innovation and engagement, and also trying to strengthen our global stakeholders. We have a great relationship stakeholders here locally, which is driven by EDHE and USAF, which has been highly impactful to what we are doing as DUT and also as universities in South Africa, which we highly appreciate. But also to build and advance on top of that, we as a university looked at, let's also integrate our global stakeholders so that we could move from where we are to the next phase. So as a result, as you all know, that InnoBiz is a center that is responsible for the university's entrepreneurship development, especially in the student part. We have other units that are focusing, like Mr. Solomon's unit that's focusing on the community and alumni business entrepreneurship development, and also have technology transfer focusing on spin-off, research businesses, and we have other wings also that we are supporting, like Electus and Hans Price. So we're looking after the 7 campuses. Right now we're in Midlands, but we're not only servicing the Midlands, we're servicing the 38,000, like this year we're sitting at 38,000 plus students at DUT. So we're servicing all these students across the 7 campuses of the university, which are based in Durban and Midlands. These are some of the activities that we have. We have entrepreneurship and innovation for our students, entrepreneurship and innovation for our communities, through our doctor school. Some we decided to invite just right behind you, Mr. Teva, CEO. Thank you so much. We have our school representative, Lena, which we started with. Can you stand up, Lena? Yes. This is one of the programs we're doing. So this Waste Challenge, Dr. Gumbo, CEO, we're not just doing it here, and we decide to extend to the schools. So this letter that you see right behind, last year we were conducted by the government in Russia to say, and also our UKZN colleagues to say, we see your program, your adopted school, especially in the waste. Can you bring those learners? So Indwet is one of the students that we took to Russia, and they got to meet the Minister of Agriculture in Russia. So that Indwet, if you look at the second picture, he was, how old were you here? You were 9 years or something. He was young here. We had to hunt for him when this opportunity comes. We hunted for him, and then we took him to Russia and 3 other learners. So I'm trying to say, what you are plugging in, there's already an established something happening here at DUT, not just for the DUT student, but also in the communities as well. And then we have industry project where we're doing various projects, like in partnership with various colleagues. Now we've just added Russia, the US are partners, Finland, and other countries that are part. Sometimes they ask us to say, can you service us in this maybe project? And then they bring their beneficiaries for us to service and maybe tailor-make a special program for them. We also just had our research institute approved, which part of it is the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Research Institute. So we'll be diving more into research from what we are doing as incubation. Interdepartmental relations, we have our faculty. Can I say our faculty entrepreneurship coordinator champions, if you can raise your hands. this is a lot of work that is happening here at DUT. Those are faculties, we have 6 faculties at DUT. Those are faculty entrepreneurship coordinator, which makes our work much easier because the university is huge, the numbers are quite high, and to ensure that we touch each and every student, so we work very closely with our faculty coordinators. So these are some of the services that we have, which includes business startup training, your sector-specific training, which includes waste, the mentorship and coaching, compliance, seed funding that the university provides to our students before they get external funding. We also have the university seed funding for our student enterprise development, intellectual property through our technology transfer office, and continuous business advisory. All of this is packaged into our incubation program, as you can see. So I'm going to try and move fast because of this video. I'm not sure if I can play it, Sandy. Just how do I do it? Sandy, from here? Oh, thank you.
To include audio.
Is it playing?
No.
Okay, let's just skip this part. So these are the spaces, we just wanted to show you the spaces that have been created by the university to ensure that the space is conducive for entrepreneurship and innovation at DUT. So we have prepared this, it's not playing, Sunday. So we prepared this space. These are co-working space for our entrepreneurs and innovators in all the campuses, the Durban campus, the Midlands campuses. But I want to skip this video if there is no sound. Yeah, we can play it later. So let's just skip it. Okay. So these are some of the facilities that have been created by the university to ensure that we have this conducive environment, different sectors. Our university do not have an agri faculty, so we decided to establish an agri hub because we are attracting a lot of students in the agri space, but also this agri space is also used by the green businesses and other commodities. So these pictures that you see here are not taken from Google image, from the products produced by the agri colleagues. So these are some of the spaces. We have the tech hub for tech incubated students, and also we use it to expose our local schools to the technology space. This is the innovation hub, which is a multi-use space, training, mentorship and coaching, mentorship space. And also we do boot camps here. We can sleep here and have like a 2-3 day boot camp in these spaces. So it's a multi-use space. These are some of our success stories that I'm glad to share with you. This is Brianna Majoz, who is also the COP for EDHE and student representative when it comes to entrepreneurship at DUT. These are all our success stories that we have. These businesses are operational and continue to advance. Some of them are here, like Infinity from somatology, telling what they are learning in their faculties into business. So I've shared this impact, but also the numbers keep increasing. Last year, I think we had 20,000 students that we've made aware of entrepreneurship at DUT, even if they don't become entrepreneurs, but for the fact that they now know about entrepreneurship and the support that the university is providing, and also some of the tools like your design thinking, they get to attend those workshops that we have as different units of entrepreneurship. We have trained over 15,000 students on entrepreneurship, and we've incubated 500 plus, and out of the 500 plus students that we've incubated, we have 100 plus stable businesses that continues to thrive, and I have employed a number of people, and these businesses are turning over 100 million in terms of the combined turnover, and have created over 3,000 jobs by these student entrepreneurs. Majority of them are not formally employed. They've decided to focus on their entrepreneurship journey, and they continue to contributing to the country's economic growth. And we have disbursed over 10 million seed funding as a university. Over 250 programs that we've been running and hosted, including this one. I think now this one is a 251 program, and we have more. So schools that we've been working with, we've impacted over 15,000 learners in the province so far of KwaZulu-Natal. I'm just going to touch base on what we do with schools. We expose them to tech programs, entrepreneurship, and agri programs. As you can see, the spaces that we have are not only for us as DUT, but also we extend to those schools. And one of the things that I wanted to share with the CEO and also the universities, that we've had such an outcry from the schools that there are no resources. Just 2 weeks ago, Asset Department gave us a bunch of equipment and furniture, and we had taken aside that we thought it's ready for trash. But the schools, when they came here, they said, we want the trash as well, we'll fix it. That's how bad the situation is. I want to encourage the schools on EDHE and the universities to look after the schools around their communities, especially in the rural areas, because the gap and the lack of resources in those schools is quite huge. We only got to know about them because of the programs that we've been doing with these schools. Some of these schools are from in the very rural back end of our communities. These ones are from Nkandla. We have 30 schools that we've adopted there. We did this project in partnership with the US government, Consular General in Durban, but we've just been joined by various colleagues. Also, UKZN has been part of this program. Zama from UKZN has joined us to continue this program. Hence now the Russian colleagues have been added as an international partner and are looking to host more of our teachers this year and learners. This is what we do at the schools. We assist them to establish these gardens. By the way, we go with our entrepreneurs to these schools. It's not just our team, it's our team plus the beneficiaries of the incubation to pass the knowledge that they've learned from the incubation. So once this is stable, these gardens, we then introduce entrepreneurship to ensure that now they understand the trading. So these gardens are not just for eating for them, but also they sell. A majority of the learners that have been part of these programs, the report that we're getting from the teachers is that they now also have established gardens in their homes and also are selling these learners, which is a great thing. So we want to applaud the team, and I'll applaud my Innovist team for the work that they do. And yeah, thank you so much, colleagues. And thank you so much to the CEO. And also, I don't know who to thank, whether Dr. Gombo or Tiki or Sandile or Mr. Price for bringing the CEO here, Dr. Matutu. Thank you so much, colleagues, and thank you so much for all being here. I think my 10 minutes is almost done, but let me leave for my TUT is here, my MUT, my UNIZULU. Elizabeth is confusing me. My colleagues, welcome to DUT. This is DUT, this is us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nobo, for giving us a breakdown of all the activities that are taking place here at DUT. I'm going to straight away hand over to our representative, Dr. Duma from Mangosuthu University of Technology, so that they can also come and showcase. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Good morning to you all. And thank you to DUT for hosting us. Mr. Price and Yusuf. This is a great opportunity to bring all these people to our province, beautiful province, KZN. Following DUT, which is our Stellenbosch of some sort. It's a little bit difficult, but in any case, we'll share our own story as MUT. Yes, I'm sure you also started where we were, where we are right now. So as MUT, technology. This is our presentation, our story. It was prepared by Mrs. Ntembu, who is our coordinator at MUT. She just asked me to deliver the presentation for us. Okay, at MUT, we are trying to establish ourselves as well. We have already established ourselves. We do engage in many activities that are planned for us. For instance, we attend the entrepreneurship educator program. The university does assist us because we don't have that fully fledged budget, but our executive management really assist us to attend such activities. For instance, last year we attended about 5 of us who went to Joburg to understand what is happening in this space that was organized by TINSA. And also, we have SWEEP in our institution, which is a program for our female students or women students in entrepreneurship. And we launched our entrepreneurship workshop on the 11th of February last year, where we also spoke about sensitive issues like gender-based violence and effective community communication, as well as health issues that affect our university students. In that particular workshop also, we were able to elect our executive members for SWEEP. And we have an activation office, an economic activation office at MUT. There's something that is blocked. That's what I'm reading now from the big screen. Yeah. So that I can only have a bit. Thank you so much. Okay. Our economic activation office is very active at MUT. Our students do visit this office to get the information that is related to entrepreneurship. So MUT now belongs to the second cohort of grant award in this workshop. So MUT presented the 2024 entrepreneurship activities that took place on campus. Okay, next one. I don't know what is it that I'm not pressing hard. It's not moving. It's hard. We go back to manual. I think we go back to manual. Okay. Okay, at MUT also, we do have a business compliance training workshop in collaboration with SIFTA. We engage with external stakeholders. On the 8th of May 2025, our MUT Economic Activation Office hosted a business compliance training workshop in partnership with the newly established Small Enterprise Development and Finance Agency. And in that workshop, it was attended by at least 24 students, entrepreneurs, where they gained vital knowledge on business registration, regulation, compliance, tax obligation, and industry certification. This workshop was very important because most of the time, some students would have a business idea or run their own business, but when it comes to registering their businesses, they may have a little bit of challenges. So bringing this stakeholder on our campus, it really helped our students. The session then provided a practical guidance to help students build compliant and sustainable business, further supporting MUT community to develop student entrepreneurs. And most staff are now trained at MUT. We are using Wadwani Foundation, which is an Indian-based program, and we have about 4 additional staff members who completed their training to increase the pool of accredited facilitators for entrepreneurship program. The Wadwani program, you cannot teach them if you have not been through their training, and you need to be a certified facilitator. So that is why we make sure that our facilitators, they go through this training. So the trained staff reach a stage where they could now pilot the program with students in their respective faculties. We have weekly coaching and mentoring sessions supported by 2 facilitators from the Faculty of Management Sciences. From the facilitators, the faculties, we have facilitators from and Health Sciences. We're also prepared to pilot their program in the 2nd semester. And also, we are part of the Co-Influence of Entrepreneurs and Shape workshop. This took place in Joburg and then, in Cape Town, in Stellenbosch. We were in attendance as well. A confluence of entrepreneurship aims to empower educators with skills and resources to embed entrepreneurship thinking and action into their teaching. MUT wants to have all students who graduate at MUT to do their entrepreneurship as well. So that is why it is important. In some faculties, they want to do Wadwana, which is a fully fledged module. In other cases, we do try to embed entrepreneurship. This prepares students to inspire the next generation to venture into entrepreneurial activities whilst they are still studying and beyond their university life. So SWIP Activation Day, we want to have all our female students to be part of this because this empowers our students, women in entrepreneurship. That is very important because, as we know, most businesses are male-headed. So we want to take out that stigma that as a female you cannot do anything. So that is why we want to have our students joining the SWIP chapter. So it is going very well. We have now more than 100 new SWIP members that are part of this. We have our active committee that runs the whole SWIP chapter. And our students are really interested in this SWIP, activation. So SWIP meets and greets information session. We do conduct not only physical workshops, we also try, because we are living in the technological days now, so we also try to conduct webinars to try to get all students into this SWIP. So the purpose of online webinar was to inform women students about SWIP chapter on campus, introduce the new executive members, and share the vision and objectives of SWIP. Because SWIP is not only about business, it is only about, as a female or as a woman, how do you behave yourself? How do you communicate? So that we can avoid these issues of gender-based violence. Okay, so play your part, ignite activation, empower the next gen pitch event. So we don't only focus on the activities that happen on campus. We also want to expose our students to many other engagements that are also happening even outside campus. So MUT SWIP students participated in the Play Your Part Ignite Activation event, which took place on the 5th of June last year at the station venue in Durban. So we do encourage our students to mingle with the outside world, not to be using only the platforms that are inside the university. The event aims to inspire young South African entrepreneurs to develop and pitch innovative ideas. Several MUT SWIP members were part of this event. SWIP Friday launch. As we continue engaging and encouraging students, we meet on Fridays on their own. The SWIP members or SWIP chapter, they conduct their own workshops without us as coordinators. And on Friday, the 13th of June last year, the MUT SWIP Students chapter proudly launched the first ever SWIP Friday, which was inspired by a successful Enactus Friday model. As you all know now, we want to have that integration where SWIP as well as Enactus, they work together, because the whole purpose, they want to empower students in as far as entrepreneurship is concerned. So the platform offers a supportive space for members to network, share entrepreneurial experiences, discuss challenges, and engage in meaningful conversation on entrepreneurial challenges, women issues, and gender-based violence, as I have mentioned before. So for the first time, MUT will also welcome male Enactus members. As you all know, that Enactus is not only for female students, it's for all students in the university. So they are also interested in joining these kinds of engagements. So the event featured fun activities and promoted female-led businesses on campus through student-driven campaigns and sales in collaboration. Whilst they are conducting these workshops, also business is taking place because they need to sell something. As an entrepreneur, every opportunity is money. So sound and audio training 2025. MUT is very lucky to have a student, our alumni student, who is training our students on sound and audio. And it is building on a strong relationship established with MUT alumni. And the sound engineering training program made its return in June 25. This year, a diverse group of students from across various faculties had the opportunity to participate. As you see, the sound people here, as well those who are taking photographs, that is what we want our students to subcontract when we have these big events. So this guy is helping us to have our students ready so that they can subcontract when we have such events like graduations. And NMC Entrepreneurship Series. Also, we have a Student Entrepreneurship Series lecture that was hosted by Mr. Eric Zigayezwe Sitole, who is the CEO of NMC and also a judge. He was also used somewhere a few years ago as a judge for the EDHE InterVarsity competition. So he came to Plowback at MUT as well. So we enjoyed those series. And as I mentioned earlier, our executive management, they are very supportive of entrepreneurship. They do give us that support as MUT entrepreneurship. So MUT was privileged enough last year to host the launch of innovative competition on campus. Most of you were there last year. And this challenge provided a platform for university students to develop and present innovative solutions. And entrepreneurship InterVarsity, we do partake in these activities in all categories in most cases. And out of that competition, we also had a winner from this competition who also who went to the finals. So the SWIP Women Day, this was conducted on the 25th of August. As you can see, all the students who were there participating. And the Student Entrepreneurship Week Markets, we also conduct such activities on campus. And the Student Entrepreneurship Work Program, we encourage our students to sell. We have a universal name as NUT where our students will go there and showcase their business. Entrepreneurship education, I have mentioned that the internship of the university is to have all students undergoing entrepreneurship training or modules. And EDHE Student Entrepreneurship in Ndaba, we were there as well in Pretoria, where our students received, those who were attending this in Ndaba, they received workshops. This is our highlights as, for the Sweet chapter. We had a student who has also opened a business. This business is mostly in tutoring. So she has this business running, and most students are benefiting out of this. We do also take part in Nelson Mandela Month activities where we serve communities around Umlazi. And the Global Entrepreneurship Week Agricultural Business Pitch. In this, we now have a partner in the University of California. We are working with that university together with the Durban municipality. One of our winners is going to get mentorship from the University of California. EDHE Intervarsity Nationals, we had our winner who participated. Unfortunately, he didn't make it, but we do believe he's coming back this year. As MUT also mentioned that we will, Sizobangena, this year. We will win, we'll come back with that 100,000. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Let's give Dr. Duma another round of applause. And I have another privilege to call upon Ms. Koza, who is representing UKZN. Can you give another round of applause, please? Whilst she's coming, for those that are presenting, I'm going to be very jealous of the time. Maximum 8 minutes. Sorry.
Good afternoon. My name is Zama Koza, and I am a representative from the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Thank you to the organizers, University of South Africa, EDHE, Mr. Price Foundation, and to our host, DUT. So this morning, or this afternoon rather, I'm going to be reflecting on how universities in the province of KwaZulu-Natal have the ability to shape entrepreneurship within the province, and of course using the University of KwaZulu-Natal as a point of reference. So as we all know, and it's been said today, that universities traditionally have focused on producing graduates, right? And at UKZN, our aspiration is to become a leading entrepreneurial university within the African continent, producing dynamic entrepreneurs that shape inclusive and economic futures. What does this mean? It means that we give our students the opportunity to be the creators of value, that entrepreneurship is embedded across the teaching, research, innovation, and engagement. that UKZN serves as a platform for venture creation, which ultimately creates the shift in KZN, where youth unemployment and economic inequality demand new modes of participation. Okay. Now, looking at the universities in KwaZulu-Natal, you take UKZN, DUT, MUT, and UNIZULU. We are the anchor institutions within our own communities. We are the activators of youth enterprise, we are the conveners of industries, government and funders, and we are the drivers of inclusive economic participation. And bring it back to the University of KwaZulu-Natal, we believe that we are at the forefront of entrepreneurship as well, as a university, because we provide multi-campus venture pipeline in innovation-led sector alignment. We participate in the EDHE national activities, and we have scalable student venture models. Okay. And at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, we focus our activities around four aspects. That's number one is the venture development pipeline that is structured progression from idea to scale, and those are the different programs that fits that model. We have the Inspire Mentorship Program, we have the Enterprise Startup Program, we have Accelerator Masterclasses for our students, and we have the Battle of the Campuses as well. And the second aspect is the financial and investment readiness that prepares entrepreneurs for sustainability. We have the innovation and competitive activation that drives visibility and performance, and we also have inclusive entrepreneurship platforms that expand access and participation. Now, this is just a collage of images that show the spirit of student entrepreneurship at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. For instance, you see a picture there that has our Enterprise Accelerator Masterclass. There's an image where our student entrepreneurs are attending a training on business development. We have the Battle of the Campuses, where across all campuses, all our student entrepreneurs come together and battle it out in terms of the different business ventures. Okay, and what is the impact of all the activities at the University of KwaZulu-Natal? Because at the end of the day, all of these activities need to be impactful. Level impact, where we have increased entrepreneurial participation across all the five campuses, investment-ready student ventures, the women-led enterprise activations, such as your sweep. We have the national recognition through the EDHE. And what is the institutional impact? We have the structured pipeline model that takes the idea, it's from the idea to scale, strengthen industry and funding partnership, alignment with national policy and measurable targets towards 2030. And also there is an impact at a regional and African scale, where we strive to create youth employment through venture creation, innovation in priorities sectors, inclusive economic participation in university, and the university at large as an ecosystem anchor institution. And with that, the motto is entrepreneurship is a development strategy and not just an extracurricular activity. And we also just wanted to highlight what the role of the EDHE has been in strengthening KZN universities, as well as, in particular, the University of KwaZulu-Natal, where it provides national benchmarking and standards. It creates the competitive platforms such as your InterVarsity and enabling knowledge sharing across the institutions as we see today, and also elevating student ventures and visibility. And obviously the reason that we are here today, which is the Mr. Price Foundation and EDHE Waste Innovation Challenge. Now this provides an opportunity for corporate university partnership, for us being able to solve real world problems, for pathways to market relevance, for circular economy activation in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and the opportunity for universities to build a pipeline. And just bringing it back to KZN as a province and the role of the universities within the province of KwaZulu-Natal and how we can succeed. We must institutionalize entrepreneurship as a core mandate within the university's strategy, align innovation with provincial economic priorities, expand inclusive participation, strengthen the university industry collaborations, as we are seeing today, and leverage on EDHE for national scale as well as benchmarking. And thinking of because at the end of the day, it is an ecosystem. And as we move forward, we are building capacity within the different universities, and we can rely also on our corporate partners to unlock the scale and market access. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Koza, for outlining activities at UKZN. Whilst I'm calling upon Ms. Mabika, this just resembles quite a lot of initiatives that are taking place here in UKZN. Is Ms. Mabika around? Sure. While she's coming, can you give her a round of applause, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. Mrs. Mabiga from the University of Zululand, Entrepreneurship Coordinator. Very new in this entrepreneurship thing. I started being a coordinator last year, and it was not me who was supposed to be here, but I'm here. I'm here. So, first of all, I want to talk about how the University of Zululand participated or was invited to the EDHE and Studentpreneurs Indaba in 2025, which is a program that everyone knows about it. So I'm not going to bore you much, guys, with explaining what it is about, but it's literally a flagship entrepreneurship conference, right? So this was last year at the University of South Africa, Pretoria, from the 6th to the 9th of October, 2025. It's a multi-hybrid event which focuses on focused on the 7 studentpreneurs in Daba, as well as the EDHE Lekgotla, right? One thing that stood out obviously was the keynote activities, the things that were done, which were the keynote addresses. I think for us at UNIZULU, or me personally, because I was also there, one thing that stood out was the young entrepreneurs who presented about the businesses that they already have that that was very inspiring for our young entrepreneurs. The panel discussions, I learned a lot as a new entrepreneurship coordinator in the university, and still also trying to bring in, because University of Zululand has 2 campuses and has been mainly, a lot of entrepreneurial activities were mostly focused on at the main campus, Langeza campus, but now the University of Zululand is trying to bring in the Richards Bay campus, which is a bit smaller, but thank goodness because I'm based in that campus, so we are moving. Of course, the workshops that we're building for the young entrepreneurs, even us as the academics who are supposed to be holding hands or leading these students, we get to learn a lot because a lot of experiences are shared, a lot of ideas are shared. You may think you know it all, but then when you get to interact with these people, you get to learn. Of course, the outcomes of these were strengthened university collaboration. I was very happy to see Uma from MUT. We met briefly at YES. It promoted green, blue, and circular economies, enhanced academic industry partnerships, reinforced universities as entrepreneurial ecosystems. And to be quite honest, most of the time when we come back from these events, we, as the universities in our own corners, we become more encouraged. We come with new ideas because we see what other universities are doing, and we strive to do better and do more, right? And then there was the EDHE Learning and Teaching Excellence Awards, 4th Annual National Awards, who focus on innovation and entrepreneurship education, right? By the time I got here, since I said I'm new, they were talking about round 3, so I don't know when round 1 and 2 happened, but I guess it happened. This one, the Gala Awards took place on the 23rd of November, 2025 at the Birchwood Hotel, and the requirements to participate in that, in those awards were for each presenter or each participant to have a 7-minute presentation and a 3-minute video showcasing that case study that they are presenting on. And then after that, there was a Q&A session with the judges. And as such, a case study from the University of Zululand by the head of department from the Business Management Faculty of Commerce took the 3rd place. And the study was on embedding entrepreneurship education into the curriculum at the University of Zululand, which focuses more on curriculum integration, making sure that we are producing students who are employable and students who are innovative, but we have to make sure that we capacitate them to be able to be innovative, and also instilling sustainable entrepreneurial ecosystem, right? So yes, it achieved 3rd place nationally. And then at the University of Zululand, we have what we call a Student Entrepreneurship Week. It's an annual event. Last year's event took place from the 16th to the 18th of September 2025, right, at the Langeza campus. I specifically mentioned that it included Richards Bay campus students because, as I mentioned a bit earlier, most of the entrepreneurial activities at the University of Zululand were mainly focused on the main campus because it is the bigger campus, right? But now the university is becoming more inclusive and is bringing in the Richards Bay campus by fire, by force. I love that. So the purpose of this event is to promote student entrepreneurship, innovation and collaboration. It provides mentorship, networking and funding opportunities because mostly we always have external stakeholders. And then it strengthens the partnerships between the university and the industry players. And the key partners for this event are normally Standard Bank, and last year still Standard Bank, ABSA, PPS, EDTA, SETFA, EDHE National Team, and SWIP National Team. And then, of course, we had our student societies, Enactus, SWIP, and Startup. So the first day was mostly about innovation and engagement, where students were pitching their business ideas, and the ones who already had existing business ideas, they were exhibiting what they had, right? And then there was participation of Enactus, SWIP, and startup societies. Just to mention, before the actual event, Enactus, startup, SWIP, these societies were actually very active in making sure that the students are aware about this kind of program. We had activation weeks prior to the event, and they were the leaders of these activation days. So, and then the students received industry mentorship from Standard Bank, ABSA, SIDA, SIDFA, sorry, there was an error, ETA, PPS, and partners. And obviously they had an opportunity to network, and they had practical learning opportunities. And then the second day was a special day, a big day, where it was a SWIP UNIZULU chapter launch. It was supported by EDHE national team. Karen and I think Zana were part of the event. It was all about leadership, empowerment, and business development sessions. And then on the same day, which is the second day, there were judges who were selected from the external partners who were part of the event, who went into the stands where the students were actually exhibiting their businesses and took a view and asked them a few questions about whatever they were exhibiting. And then on the third day, it was the awards and recognition. So Pitch My Idea competition, we had 2 students from the Make, but one from the Richards Bay. I was very happy, actually won second place and got 10,000 Rand from Standard Bank funding assistance. And then a business exhibition competition, it was 2 students from the University of Zululand, Richards Bay campus as well, who won, and then one from the main campus. And the cash prizes were sponsored by PPS. And then overall, the student support and opportunities that came from this event were the training and business registration assistance. Over 5 of these students registered their businesses with SIDFA free of charge. And then they were guided on how to access external funding for their businesses. We had stakeholders from also government funding agencies. The local economic development as well was there. And then they also received mentorship opportunities from industry and government stakeholders. The overall impact of this event is strengthened university-industry collaboration. We get to interact with a lot of people within the industry, the key players from the industry. And we manage to produce empowered student entrepreneurs. We encourage innovation, leadership, and business development, and it's recognized as a successful platform for future ventures. This is just a list of what the students got. And then I thought I was going to talk about Dr. Gumbo without him here, but I don't know why I thought that, because he had to be here. There's a quote I want to mention from him, what he said on the EDHE Lekgotla that we attended. I also want to mention that at the University of Zululand, we also have the Deputy Chairperson for Studentpreneurs Community of Creators nationally, who is sitting in the office for 3 years, Mr. Samkelundov. Can you stand up so they can see you? That is UNIZULU. Proudly. Thank you. Yes. And then we also have hosted an intervarsity competition last year with the 4 KZN universities. And 2 of the students who won for nationals are from UNIZULU. And then UNIZULU also hosts a conference that is called Mbali International Conference. This year is the 10th year since the Mbali conference was first initiated or started at the University of Zululand. It is an international conference. There's a lot of people who participate. We have stakeholders from or partners from, I would say, almost globally, because we have Africa, we have India, we have a lot of places who take part in this conference that is hosted by the University of Zululand. And this program, last year we had a night session in one of the days of the conference where it was a platform for all student entrepreneurs to talk about their challenges. We had discussions, how they can cope with certain things. It was a very successful discussion and a platform for them. And then, sorry, I just noted some of the things. Yes, and then on the same conference, after they were also given an opportunity to pitch their ideas, and that was in partnership with APSA, and 3 of our students, businesses received financial support. Lastly, the University of Zululand last year took 3 students. I was part of the academics who went with those students to Russia to compete, were invited by the University of Russian University of Transport. Sorry, it's the time. Now I'm like trying to rush. University competed against 27 teams, 2 from China. I can't remember how many from Russia. There was Mali, there was Malawi, there was Zambia. And the University of Zululand students, because of the entrepreneurship mind that's been instilled into them, they came 2nd place after China, simply because they didn't have a prototype. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's involved and who's always been involved in bringing these opportunities to us and our students. We truly appreciate them. I want to leave you guys with a note. Dr. Gumbo last year said, these gatherings reaffirm South Africa's commitment to embedding entrepreneurship in higher education as a driver of sustainable impact. So through collective effort and collaboration, we are shaping the generation of change makers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mapika from the University of UNIZULU. And I just want to give a round of applause for all the presenters from all the universities. Let's give them a big round. Yeah, whilst I'm on that one, I just need to, we are almost done for the day. So I know the sitting has been too long. We're supposed to have got a break, a short break, but allow me just to conclude the program. The first question, again, is it has to be a registered student. When is the call for West Challenge going to end? Yes, my brother from UNIZULU. Thank you very much. Dr. Tola, you can assist me here. I've got the last bag. The last bag, it requires a little bit of your, to apply a bit of your, whatever you had today. Again, you have to be a registered student. I don't want to ask for student cards, right, to verify. Because others, they look so young, 16 to 34 years. What could be the biggest barrier for you to come with an innovative idea to present it in this competition? What could be the biggest barrier or a challenge that will present to you as an entrepreneur for you not to come up with an innovative idea? They are here because solutions are in the house. What would be that biggest barrier or a challenge that you can face? I see a hand that's coming, going down right at the back there. Somebody with a cap with a red star. Thank you.
Everyone, I think it's because of lack of resources.
Please explain further. What resources could they be? Because waste is all over. I'm not sure what kind of resource would that be.
Let's say if they were to do a tech project, not tech projects require waste most of the time, so they will lack resources to do this project.
I'm seeing some faces here, they are not agreeing. Okay, thank you for trying. I've got a hand there, right at the back there. There's somebody with a black top. Yes, my brother.
Thank you very much. I think the most challenge that many startups would face is lack of support from programs like this and their institutions. Yes, thank you.
But we are here. Seriously, support is not there. I saw another hand right at the back there, waving. Hey, I need to take this home now. Because support is in the room.
Thank you. Phew. All right, my hand has been up for like 2 minutes. So yeah, you can see the relief in me right now. Okay, thank you everyone. I think as a student, we do have waste all around us, right? And we do have our institutions helping us. But I also feel that with all the waste that we have, there's these processing machines that we do not have access to. They are available in some industries, but for waste to be more innovative in terms of us to process these into other reusable products or services that we may be offering with our waste products, I do feel that we do need to make more available resources in terms of the machinery that we use when we are processing, either from waste to a different product, or as they are showcasing today, you can see, we will need a machinery for them to turn it into a fabric. We need machinery for them to process it into all these products that they have today. So if we can have more resources that give us access and advantage into these processing machines, I believe that we can move further. Thank you.
Ms. Mkiza, can you please assist me with this? Can you please come up front? I was judging. It's not me who's judging, it was the audience. Can you give me a round of applause, please? Thank you very much. Our last session item on our program, it's actually a panel discussion, and I'm going to call upon Ms. Mkiza, who's going to introduce the panelists. Some are online, some are in person. Let's engage. I guess if you do have questions, there's going to be roving mics, as well as there are going to be some online who will actually be able to answer you so that you are all covered. Ms. Mkiza, as you make along to the podium so that you can answer. As long as it's not a bomb. Thank you.
You need to switch that to Teams.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everyone doing? Good. Just one nice, very calm, good. How's the rest of the room doing? The people in the front are doing good. I think I'll put one here. Is everyone doing okay? My students in the back, are you guys doing okay? Are you doing more than okay? Yes, only that side, it's okay. We'll come back. So I'm just gonna check if the students online can hear me. If somebody's online, can you please just say hello so that I know you are ready and can hear us when I call you up? Are they on standby? Okay, while we get that sorted, I'd like to invite up to join me for the panel, our fireside chat on waste innovation. I'd like to have in the room with me Mr. Sekelo Shude, who's the director of Kulahlaza Trading, and Ms. Thengiwe Ngubane, who is the director of Project X, and she's from DUT. And then from the Mr. Price Foundation, I'd like for Ms. Duduzile Matabela to please join us. She's the Entrepreneurship Development Manager, and you can all just have a seat on this side. So please give them a wonderful round of applause as they make their way to the stage. And then I'll just do another sound check. Joining us virtually, we've got Mr. Gift Lubele, who's AI lead at EDHE. Gift, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Fantastic.
Can you guys hear me?
Thank you for joining us, Gift. And then joining us virtually as well, we have Tiffany Mokoteli, who is the director of Tiffany Mokoteli Enterprise, and she's also a student at DUT. Tiffany, can you hear us?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, fantastic. And then I think I see Sandile working, so your faces should be on the screen in the room shortly. So the focus of our fireside chat is really, we are here because of the students. So we do have a fantastic ecosystem that supports students. We do have enterprises in the room that are here to give support to students, but I think it comes alive when you have the students and the entrepreneurs. So the entrepreneurs that are joining us on the panel were previously students involved in entrepreneurship, and we're going to hear their perspective being on the other side. And then I think it's always great to hear from students who are currently studying and currently running their businesses and understanding their challenges and their wins as well, right? Because you can win while studying and being an entrepreneur. And I think having you to do with us as well is fantastic because you have a lot of experience working with young people, supporting women as well. But I think also just many questions that come up in terms of Mr. Price Foundation and how you guys have been working to support young people. So I'm going to start with our two young people on this stage. If you could just quick introduction about your business and what it does, and then we'll move to the two that are online.
Greetings everyone, my name is Kendi Ngubane. I'm a PhD candidate in architecture. I'm the founder of Project X. Project X is a digital construction project management software that enables homeowners, developers to be able to monitor and supervise projects remotely. So basically how we also tackle the waste innovation is that we look post-construction as to what happens to the waste once a project is complete. So basically that's who I am, and that's what Project X is all about.
Awesome, thank you, Tlengiwe. Please just pass the mic over to Osekelo.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sekelo Shute, and I run a company called Kuluhlaza Trading, and it's lovely to be back in DUT. I'm a graduate of DUT, and so Kuluhlaza Trading, we are a waste management company, and we have a registered buyback center at the heart of our community. And we use plastic waste in manufacturing eco-paving bricks that we call green pavers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sekelo. And then going online, Gift, quick introduction from you and what your business does. And then Tiffany, let's hear from you after Gift.
Yeah, actually I'm here because I actually had a waste business called Kudoti. What we did is we built an end-to-end traceability software that could track any type of waste, from informal waste pickers all the way to the waste being brought back. I launched the business in 6 markets. We got Google, and Techstars, and Investor. But right now the hat I wear is an AI lead for EDHE. And what we do is we work with the likes of Mr. Price, and we basically help entrepreneurs, and it would be an honor to just contribute my experience, particularly around what it means to run a business within South Africa, because I ran the business for 6 years, so pleasure to be here.
Thanks, Gift. Tiffany?
So my business is about the biotech chemical applied onto textiles, sportswear textiles and fabric specifically. It absorbs bacteria, reduces stains, and creates a longer lifespan for the fabric, but we plan to use it for biodegradable fabric specifically. Due to the problem in the fashion industry when it comes to mass production of clothing and trends and all of that, so helping create a better ecosystem for South Africa and for the continent at large.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tiffany. And I think you can see with the students and the young people we've gotten together in our panel that waste takes form in many different ways. So if you're sitting in the room thinking about how do I participate, if you're watching online and you're thinking about how do you participate in the competition, it's not just about taking plastic and turning it into a different product, right? But you can participate from a tech perspective. You can participate from an innovation perspective in terms of doing lab work and cool things that you can do to manipulate plastic or create some kinds of other products that can fulfill the same function. Do you want to come to you, because we know that Mr. Price Foundation is supporting entrepreneurs, but from your side, what are some of the cool innovations that you have seen with the students or young people that you have worked with? And then also just in Mr. Price Foundation supporting entrepreneurship. What is some of the focus areas that you are looking at in terms of the kind of support that you're giving and what you'd like to see from the young people that you are supporting?
Hi, everyone. So yes, I think on our side, our portfolio is relatively new, so I can share some of the initiatives and innovations that we've seen from our previous programs. But I just wanted to just reiterate some of the sentiments that were shared by our director regarding, the innovation challenge being a drop in the ocean. So just a reminder to everyone that will be applying that, yes, the focus is on plastic waste, recycling, but we also understand that even in the retail space, there's quite a bit of waste that's also created in the textile value chain. So there are opportunities to also expand beyond what we see in plastic waste. In terms of some innovations that we see and maybe have supported in the greater Mr. Price group, this is something that I found really cool. And when we saw this, I was quite shocked that if you walk into a sheet street and you buy a duvet, you will find that the inner is actually how that is created is through plastic from Coke bottles. And I got to see the manufacturing of that. And there's also another company that we support called Ntombi Weavers that also uses plastic to create, weaving. So if you walk into a Mr. Price home store and you see something that looks like wicker, a lot of the times it is plastic that has been recycled. And obviously, Segelo is also part of one of our initiatives called the Benzu Youth Fund. So we see a lot of innovation. I was also privy to join the EDHE team at MUT and see some of the innovations that have come forward from young people. Really impressed with, there was a young lady, I think she was mentioned in one of the speeches, who turns plastic into, I think it was fish food. That was really impressive. But on our side, as the Mr. Price Foundation and as a group, we're really intentional about supporting young people to unlock economic opportunities. And as Octavius mentioned, we are intentional about creating pathways into viable economic solutions.
Thank you. And I do like the phrasing of pathways, right? Because it's all options of how young people can participate and show up in the ecosystem. So to all of our entrepreneurs, I'd like to find out your journey from idea to actually having a product in the market, right? Because I think sometimes people in the room can be sitting here going, okay, I've got a great idea, but I have no idea where to start, or the challenges from the other side might seem insurmountable. So if you can maybe let us know, what was the idea that you had or the need that you saw in the market that you wanted to solve? And some of those big challenges that you initially had to overcome to actually get your product to market. Let's start with you, Sega.
So, because I started this when I was doing my second year, that was 2019, that's when I came up with the concept. And, I was part of the DUT Entrepreneurial Center before it was called the InnoBiz. So I actually got support from that office in ensuring that I create a minimum viable product, so that I can have proof of concept, with research, and ensuring that the solution that we're coming up, it's not just a solution that is localized in KZN or in Durban, but we create a product that is even suitable for other countries in Africa as well as beyond. So it was doing research at the very early stage and having partners like DUT, and now I'm working very close with the Mr. Price Foundation, and it makes the journey very easy because you get support, mentorship from these experts that can guide you in ensuring that you take your innovation to greater heights. So it's for me, I've always looked into who are the partners that align to this vision, and then we can walk this journey with, because it's very a lonely journey. So I'm always looking for partners, and I'm glad that I have Mr. Price by my side now. Thank you.
We're also glad you have great partners. I just want to touch on that again, right? So you're second year, and then you decide you want to start a business. What were you doing? You know, so did you see something? Did you just happen to come across the entrepreneurship center? Because I'm thinking about other second year students, you know, and maybe I don't want to say the second years are hanging out, but they're hanging out, right? And here you are, you've used the opportunity to be in a university ecosystem to start a business. So what was happening in your space that what were you seeing that inspired you to want to start your business?
So I've had an opportunity to stay in Ulazi, so I know of the challenges within the waste space. So in a township, you have limited collection from a municipality side. You have corners that are dedicated to waste. You have waste that is dumped into local streams, you know. So I'm aware of the waste that is out there. So when I joined the office, they wanted innovative solution, and I said, because I know what waste looks like, and I wanted something that will change the living conditions in townships. So I did more research in ensuring how can we try and solve this type of problem. And then I came across plastic as a major issue and a contributor to global warming. And then, you know, I did the research, and that is how I came with the concept. And through the support, we definitely took it far.
Thank you. What did you study?
I studied business and information management.
Fantastic. It's great to see that you were able to apply that in your time studying here as well. I think over to you. So you mentioned that as part of your research as well, that you've come to your business. So what was the idea or the need that you saw, and how have you navigated your journey to get to market?
Okay, so before coming to DUT, I was in industry. I am an architect by profession, and through site visits, I saw that there was a number of tons actually of construction waste material that is on site. And my question was, how do they dispose of this material? And I found out that it actually ended up in landfills. And there was a task where we were tasked when we were doing my master's. We had to go into a manufacturing company where they manufacture bricks, and through our visit, I picked up that when they are manufacturing this product and where there is like actually waste products, they actually recycle it within in-house. So I was like, if they are able to do it in-house, isn't it possible to, when they sell this product to the public and it actually gets damaged, the public is able to sell it back to the manufacturer where it can be recycled, repurposed to its original state. That way we minimize the amount of waste material that actually end up in landfills. So that's how the whole idea came about. And when I first came to DUT, which was last year, I saw the post for Innobiz and I was like, let me just go in and inquire as to if you have such an idea, is it possible to turn it into a business? And that's how the whole journey came about.
It's amazing, and I think it's really great to kind of say problems are around us everywhere, whether it's while you're at school, whether it's where you live, whether it's where you work. If you can just open your eye, see where there are gaps, see where, you know, sometimes you look at something and then you go, why hasn't anybody done anything about this? And then you just leave it, but that is actually an opportunity. So it's nice to hear your perspective and the journey that you've gone through. And I'm curious to know some of the challenges that you faced in terms of, and I think when people talk about construction, we all know that it's a male crowded space. And now you're going construction plus recycling in that same space. How have you navigated some of the challenges of getting your product to market?
So currently, we're still developing the software. It's not yet on market. So one of the challenges that we are currently facing is actually having our product into market, since there are already traditional systems that are implemented within the construction industry. So introducing a software or a digital product to the consultants, so that's a bit of a challenge to say as to there are already these systems that are in place that are governing the whole construction process. How do we introduce this, and how do we convince the consultant to actually take this product and use it within their workflow? So that's one of our biggest challenge. And besides that, I think we've gotten all the support from our incubation center. So that's the only challenge that we're facing, like getting the product into the market. But other than that, behind the scenes, everything is well taken care of.
I like that. All the best with that journey. And I think really valuable what you highlighted there is that sometimes there is the actual challenge, so the problem of what you're ideating and solving for. Then there's the challenge of getting the market to go, yes, we definitely want to use recycled insert whatever the innovation is. So having an idea and an approach on how you actually get that buy-in is also another wonderful thing to think about. Tiffany, if we can come to you to share with us what you studied, and then also what was the idea or the problem that you were solving for, and how your journey to market has looked like.
So I'm finishing off my diploma in fashion design at DET currently. So how I came about with my idea, initially I was introduced to InnoBiz by my business studies lecture, I think it was last year. So at that point I felt like I needed to try and do something within the entrepreneurship space, considering that I also wanted to start a business and everything. So I came there with not an idea fully published or created. And with the help of InnoBiz, they have helped us, or me specifically, with developing my business idea to be direct with pitchings, with preparations, with all of these things, with mentorship. And I was able to come up with the idea for textile specifically. And as much as it is a difficult industry that one might enter, especially as a youth, but with every step or every assistance from mentorship, pitchings for funding as well, you are able to climb up the ladder day by day, considering also that your product, which is mine, is biotech, it needs help from engineers, people in the textile department. So it's not something we can just create in one day and it be published the following day. However, you need lab tests, you need the product to be tested in the market, it needs to have licensing as well. So there's a whole bunch of things that needs to be done. But once you have a team of people that can assist you, above you, mentors or people in the industry that are more experienced than you, it becomes a much more better problem to solve. Considering that the problem you want to solve is a problem we face in the fashion industry when it comes to clothes being produced that are not healthy for our ecosystem as well. When you try and solve problems like that, it's good to have the correct amount of support that you can to solve such problems.
Thanks. Okay, there we go. Thanks so much, Tiffany. And I think also for people, the ladies in the room, even the gents as well, right? If you think about the life cycle of products that you use, not just the love of clothes, but everything else. Where do those products come from? Where do those products end? And then thinking about that full value chain to go, what can we do differently? Where does waste show up in this chain and how can we change that? Coming to you, Gift, I know you said that you're an entrepreneur, but you also work with an organization that sort of helps mapping the challenges and solving those challenges. So just to find out from your side, with the entrepreneurs that you support, especially young entrepreneurs, what do you often find some of those blockages and challenges are for them to get their products to market or their innovation off the ground?
Yeah, very interesting question. I think, there's several things, particularly in South Africa, infrastructure being one. So a lot of entrepreneurs, if you ask them what is it that they want, everyone says funding. But I always push back to say it's not really funding that you're looking for. There's a reason why you want funding, and in many cases you can find a way of getting that. If you're starting out, you might be looking to build an MVP, right? And that might not necessarily mean money, but it might mean you have to partner with someone that can help you with that. So I'd say infrastructure is definitely the first one. The second one, which is equally important, is access to markets. A lot of entrepreneurs have great ideas, and I know with myself, right, we fundamentally in 2025 realized that within the waste management space, data is the new gold, right? So what we did in all the things that we built was try to harness the amount of data. If you're drinking a little bottle of Coke, where does that bottle go? Who handles it? Where does it end up? And so we built that end-to-end traceability. And I think one of the things that we struggled with the most, and I still see it today with some of these entrepreneurs we work with, is just access to market. Who is your customer? How can you quickly get to them and validate your idea as soon as possible, right? Whatever it is, if you have a buyback center and or at least that's the idea, and you want to collect waste and sell it to someone, have you spoken to the person that you want to sell them to? Are you sure that once you've set up your business, they're actually willing and able to pay you for your business? So I'd say access to markets is the second one. And the last one, and it's a bit sad that I'm not seeing a lot of this, particularly because, my background is in AI. I have an MBA from the States in AI and data analytics, and I'm seeing that Africa is almost lagging behind in terms of AI implementation in their processes, which is really sad because today Africa is home to more young people than any other place in the world, and this is just about to get a bit more in the next coming few years. So for me, I think what I'm definitely seeing is a huge gap of how AI could actually help local entrepreneurs in South Africa not only flesh out their ideas better, but really accelerate the impact, right? With AI, it's no longer about, oh, you know, I have this idea that I want to build, how can I do it? AI makes that fully possible to build with almost zero rands in your account. So I think that's I would say the big third challenge that I'm seeing, that a lot of these entrepreneurs, whether you are doing waste of physical materials or you're building technology, they just haven't found a way of using the power of AI to really integrate into their businesses and accelerate.
Thanks, Gift. And I think those are three really good areas that you've highlighted, right? So money is not always the thing. Sometimes you actually just need to test if this is a product that people want. Secondly, that around access to markets, I think Segla spoke well to this, to say that around your innovation, it wasn't just about solving for Durban or KZN, but saying, what can I take to the global market? Gift, if you could speak to us about the last one, you know, so I think sometimes people have the misconception around how expensive tech can be, and that's true when tech first comes out, you know, it can be quite expensive to adopt and to implement, but there are lots of new innovations from a tech perspective that can help businesses, right? What can students be doing to implement different kinds of tech, different kinds of AI to actually help them in innovating and taking products to market?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna speak about AI, I think I might speak the whole day really, because I'm just so fascinated by this and it is my background. But to answer your question, I think firstly, it's just understanding that you don't have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, right? And I say that because you probably have an idea now, right? Let's say your idea is to build an app that helps informal waste pickers. Why don't you take that and put it into a generative AI tool like ChatGPT or Claude and say, look, this is my idea. This is the context in South Africa. You know, there's 98,000 informal waste pickers. They have these challenges. How might I approach this, right? So that's the first part. It's kind of like ideation, almost like brainstorming of your idea with AI. That's the first part. The second part is the actual building. There's so many tools, right? If all the students in the hall are listening, you can go Google what is called lovable.dev. There's Base 24, and there is a bunch of other tools. And what these are is you can basically go to Lovable and say, hey, I want you to help me build an app that helps informal waste pickers in XYZ. Within a few seconds, you have a fully functional MVP that you can take to market, right? You don't have to pay any developer. If your idea needs to be edited, you could directly do that. And then it doesn't end there, right? Now you have an MVP, but you maybe have issues with getting people to use your application. There's other AI tools as well that you could potentially implement that might help you with finding the right audience. Who's going to pay, right? If, for example, you are building an app for informal waste pickers, there's no way they're going to pay. They don't have money. So who's your client? Who's your ideal customer profile? You'd use AI to really define that. And I think the last part that I really want to speak about, and Elon Musk, when he was in the World Economic Forum a few weeks ago, he mentioned that robotics, especially in the African continent, is going to be a massive market. And the reason I mention it is I think we as entrepreneurs in the African continent need to start operationalizing AI. And what I mean by that is you need to be able to then take, if you're using a system, if you're not using an app, let's maybe take Samuel for buyback center. I'm pretty sure that there's still a lot of manual processes that they do. They either write with pieces of paper, you know, the machine that they are currently using is not integrated with technology. And a lot of processes are just so redundant. You have to do them all the time. And there's many opportunities there for human error and so forth. So we need to move into operationalizing AI. What that means is you then have to infuse AI in how you are running your business. If you have a machine that's smart, connected, find a way to connect it with AI. let the AI know about your business, because that's how, one, it's going to give you really good recommendations of how to grow. It's going to help you tackle some of your big issues in the business, right? It's going to also help you see things that you previously couldn't see. And I think, as I said, these are just few verticals that I can speak about from an early stage entrepreneur of how AI could be implemented, but it goes far beyond this. The last thing I want to say is we all need to learn. We're at a point where no one can say they are a gatekeeper. That's what AI has been able to do. Whether you have just your phone or you have 1 million brands in your account, it doesn't matter. What is important is the ability to learn something new. And I think in the topic of AI, that a lot of entrepreneurs, whatever it is, if you're in fashion, waste, or in sustainable fashion, understand what the future of that industry looks like, and then understand how you can use AI today to help you get a little bit closer to that future. I think learning is something that I really encourage a lot of these entrepreneurs on the call, and the entrepreneurs that we work with as well, to really start doing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Gift. And I think that's a really great start. If you're not sure about your idea, ask ChatGPT. All right, it's really interesting to hear and to see what the learning models are actually able to put out. I want to shift a little bit to talk about growth, impact, and sustainability. And I'm curious from each of our panelists to find out from you, how is your innovation creating environmental as well as economic impact? And where do you see your business going? So let me start with Tiffany online, and then I'll come to my panelists. Tiffany, talk to us about the future of your business and how you see scaling happening, as well as environmental and economic impact within your business.
Well, for my business specifically, we are currently still developing the product as of yet with a chemical biotech product. So we aim to see it within the industry, helping within the fashion department, specifically for sportswear, considering that the fabrics used for sportswear are like polyester and nylon. They have synthetic fibers. So at least if that, our product, the biotech product, is able to be put in that department or industry and help regulate the ecosystem so that the cycle of the fabrics or the clothing produced can be reused instead of them being filled up in landfills, causing land pollution, or the products just creating a huge mess. Considering the trends with fashion these days, they are coming every day, not even seasonally, but maybe every month or week, and they're always changing. For us as well, we aim to build a factory in rural areas purely to support the unemployment rates in South Africa for the youth, and as well for the disadvantaged people that don't maybe live in urban areas or have access to urban lifestyle. Also to be able to teach the unemployed or the less advantaged people, make them gain a skill so that they know how to use machinery, know about textiles, know about fabrics, basically improving the economic status of South Africa for starters, and also to be able to venture into different sectors in the fashion department, not just sportswear, but also automotive or home appliances or home fabrics or textiles, and anything that has to do with textiles, medicals included. But the mere fact that a product can have a life cycle that can be reused and reborn as well in a healthy manner that helps the whole ecosystem as well, and also gives South Africa an advantage when it comes to import dependency. Considering the state in which the world is going, it would be a good thing to put South Africa on the map, knowing that we are starting to, or we are improving in producing our own products and manufacturing them rather than importing from other countries.
Thanks so much, Tiffany. I like that localized approach to sorting out a global problem. Sagalo, you already have great partnerships in your business. What does growth look like going forward?
So growth for us, what we're looking at now is actually scaling our business into ensuring that we have buyback center in each and every community, because you still find people that are interested in waste, informal pickers. They travel over 20 kilometers to be able to sell their recyclables. So for us is to bring these recycling centers, buyback centers in communities communities, ensuring that these communities are able to get a source of income through recycling, and then we use that plastic in ensuring that we manufacture our paving bricks. And that will help us in ensuring that we create plastic-free communities and minimizing environmental danger and the plastic that goes into the landfill site. And as a KZN resident, I think we have seen for the past years the heavy rainfall that we've received, which left thousands of people without homes. And that is because of global warming. There's so much plastic that is polluting our environment. And for us, is to ensure that we help communities keep the plastic out of our environment while we are creating this viable business that is ensuring that we create employment throughout our province as well as outside. And also partnering with hardware stores that will be able to resell our products so that we can have a national footprint. Thank you.
Thanks, Segalo. It's quite comprehensive. And I think especially sometimes when you're doing something new or something novel, it's also thinking about the ecosystem that you need to plug into and how advanced that ecosystem is. And sometimes you have to create some of those plug-in spaces that actually allow the innovation of the business to take root in the market. I think, I know yours is still in research phase. So I'm interested, especially for maybe some of the students who are also studying and could convert what they're studying, what they're researching into an innovation. What does the journey of commercialization look like?
So for us, we're looking into growing our software not only locally but also penetrating into the global market, and we're looking into partnering with stakeholders in the private government sector in order to create policies that govern the construction industry, to creating policies that are more stricter on construction waste as to how it is disposed, and also to being one of the biggest software that is used in the construction, built environment and engineering sector, to say let's move away from the traditional way we are using paper plans on site, but rather moving everything to a digital footprint. By that, we will be minimizing also the amount of waste material that actually land in landfills. So that's what we are currently looking to achieving.
Thank you. I'm going to ask you a question, but before I do, can I please ask if we have more mics, just to be on standby to take a few questions from the audience. Just you correct me on the numbers, but I think the target is 10,000. Is it 10,000 young people?
Over 10 years,
Okay.
500,000.
35, yes. Okay, 35,000? 500,000.
In 10 years.
In 10 years. Oh, yeah. Okay. So Mr. Pratt's Foundation's goal is to reach 500,000 young people in the next 10 years, which is a bold, amazing goal.
Yes.
We absolutely love. In terms of what you guys think about when you look at impact and sustainability, how are you thinking about programs and the way that you're designing programs to actually reach those young people and to ensure that what those young people go on to do can also be sustainable?
So in terms of sustainability, I think that's our main focus. Currently, and I just want to maybe talk about this specific program before I talk about our other programs and our approach. We wanted to create solutions with the youth in mind, driven by the youth, and I guess leveraging young minds. I think on our side, we understand that the issue of waste is not only a persistent issue in South Africa, but across the globe. In our much earlier research, we found that South Africa creates almost double the plastic waste compared to the global average. And so we wanted to invite young people to rethink this constant, consumerism. You buy, you discard, you replace, buy, discard, replace. And so that model in fast fashion, fast everything isn't sustainable. And some of the solutions we then, want to implement in supporting entrepreneurs and unlocking economic opportunities and the pathways. We want to support entrepreneurs from idea to commercial viability and beyond that. Yeah, I hope that answered it.
Yes, it does. And then I think, we know that the challenges are there. We know that the innovators are there. What have you found in your experience some of the challenges in actually reaching the young people who have the ideas? And how can we change that? Because I mean, the young people are there, and people want to participate, but maybe they don't always know where to go.
Yeah, I think in my experience, the challenge that we have in the ecosystem of entrepreneurship development when it comes to young people is, number one, access to information. There are a lot of ideas. I don't think if you speak to young people, we live in a world where technology introduces a lot of innovation to you, but there is a question of how do I turn this idea into a reality? And I think there's a barrier in terms of access to knowledge from how to start a business, which I always say a business is just, an idea or a problem that is solved and has a market that's willing to pay. And a lot of people have come to me, especially young people, saying, I want to get into business, but what is a business? How do you come up with an idea? And I always say to them, just look around, see a problem, think about the solution. So I think that is one challenge in getting close to young people. Another is information regarding access to funding, access to resources. It is always a shock. Don't quite understand the landscape of support that they're working in the ecosystem. And I think if you just give more information to young people, they have enough drive and ambition to turn that information into, a solution.
So, thank you. I think I'll take that opportunity to say, we heard our coordinators speaking earlier on. So if you're in the room, if you're listening online, and if you have not ever, for whatever reason, engaged with your economic activation office at your university, please find the coordinator. That's a really great place to start in terms of getting information to access the ecosystem and getting in touch with people that can help you take your idea into an MVP, into something that can be commercialized, into going to market. And then I think just working with Mr. Price Foundation as well. Thank you for the opportunity. So for those of you who are listening and going, okay, this is great, but can I participate, right? The Waste Innovation Challenge is open to you if you have an idea. So if you're like, yeah, I've seen this problem where I live, but I'm not really sure, maybe we could, maybe we can't, join us, right? Submit your expression of interest. And then join the top 400 and see what you can learn, right? We're going to focus in those 6 weeks on a capacitation program to help you figure out what is the business in the idea that you have, or the business that could exist, so that you could create from the problem that you have identified. So please do participate in that. And I'm going to ask and see if there are any hands in the audience, if there is any questions for our panelists on stage, or those who are joining us online, and we can take your questions before we wrap up our panel. Or have we answered everything? Are you all just like, thank you, that was... Or are you waiting for lunch? Which is also okay. All right, I take it that we have a room full of people who are ready and excited to participate. Yes, Liz, you can start that wonderful round of applause for us. Thank you. So yeah, please do participate. So we have spoken and focused quite a bit on plastic waste, and that is the call that we'll put to, we're looking for the top 20 at the end that have plastic innovations. But whatever your waste innovation is, if you're trying to figure out what the business in that is, submit your expression of interest, join the top 400 that will go through the capacity building and training program, and then take your journey from there. Like, you never know where you could potentially end up. And I want to close off with our panel. Let me start with the panel online, and then I'll come to the panel on stage. It's just your closing remarks in terms of whether it's somebody who's on the sidelines thinking about if they want to be an innovator or an entrepreneur or not. Just your words of support, just high level, like 30 seconds of support or encouragement to our young people, and then 30 seconds on why you still keep doing what you do. So Gift, I'll start with you, and then we'll go to Tiffany.
Sure. I thought you were going to say ladies first, but yeah. There's an interesting ad for Nike I love, and it says that greatness is something you plan, but most of the time greatness is something you try. So I think there's no better way to say it, right? Like, go try it. If you fail, failure does not decrease your chances of success. If anything, it increases it. The more you fail, the better you are at succeeding. So my words of encouragement is, if you have an idea, if you have whatever, something that you want to try out, go do it, and go do it now. Why I keep doing what I'm doing, I think it's because of this. You know, I get to meet amazing entrepreneurs that are dedicating their life to solving a problem that is not just felt in South Africa, but globally. I love working with entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur myself, and yeah, I'm here for many more years.
Thanks, Tiffany.
My words of encouragement would be to every entrepreneur is to never allow anything to stop you from taking whatever risk you may want to take, regardless of how big the problem is, regardless of the information you might not know, but you could always ask, you could always learn, you can always figure things out, or surround yourself with people who know what you are wanting to get into, and they can assist you and help you. And also never limit yourself or never think you are too small for an opportunity, because you never know how big it might change yourself, your life, your community, or the globe around you. Also, why I keep doing what I'm doing is because I believe I would like to make a change within South Africa and also Africa and globally very soon within the fashion industry and fashion departments, with textiles specifically, also helping our ecosystem become a better place for all of us to live, and making sure that we as South Africa be put on the map as countries that are also learning how to manufacture their own stuff and basically grow our ecosystem.
Love that, putting South Africa on the map. Sekelo, let's come to you, and then can you?
Okay, so I'll say to everyone, they must keep on doing, because there are so many opportunities out there within the waste space. Just look for opportunities, and I think Ushift will love this. Use AI. Just do your research. You can do research online, and then the AI can give you a proper research, and you can use that as the base to start your idea, to start your innovation. And most importantly, it's very important for us to protect our ideas. So it's very important for innovators not to forget to protect their ideas, because that is very important when you want to raise funds and when you want to attract partners for your innovation. So I'm still going today because of the partners I choose, the people I choose to align with, people that are like-minded, people that will not derail us in what we are trying to achieve. So it's very important, because as I said, that it is a very lonely journey. So it's very important to have partners that will keep pushing you, that will equip you, that will advise you throughout the journey, and it will be a very smooth journey. Thank you.
So the words of encouragement that I have is that even if you think the idea that you have is small, it actually matters, because it can be the solution that can actually change the world. And to echo on Dr. Kumbo's words, he said we need to create ideas with lasting impact, not only for the current time, but also for the future generation, because if we're not doing it now, we putting them at a disadvantage in future. And why am I doing what I'm doing? If not me, then who? Thank you so much.
That is fantastic. I don't know if you guys are participating online, but if you're tweeting and hashtagging, if not me, then who? Can we see that again repeated online? Tutu, from your side, as somebody who is part of the ecosystem working to support entrepreneurs, why is this work important to you? Why do you keep doing it, and your word of encouragement?
Okay, I'll start with my word of encouragement, because it links to what Segelo mentioned around entrepreneurship, being a lonely journey. I think that's something that I've heard over the past almost 10 years that I've been in the enterprise development, entrepreneurship development space. But my word of encouragement is to lean on your network. It really is true when they say your network is your net worth. And I would like to invite you to consider the Mr. Price Foundation as part of your network. So we're really here to support and be that youth empowerment champion, and we will get to that 500,000 in the next 10 years. But the reason why I continue to do what I do and why I'm passionate about entrepreneurship is I believe that it has such a catalytic role in changing the landscape of South Africa, especially with our growing unemployment crisis. It is important for us to, as South African citizens, to convert ourselves or rethink our role in society from just being consumers of employment, and in this case, consumers of products, into being producers of employment, producers of solution, commercially viable solution, which can also contribute to job creation.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I think all of those are really great words of encouragement. Please give our wonderful panel a round of applause. And to everyone in the room and to those listening online, I think just to remember that you definitely are the leaders, not of tomorrow, but of today, right? So you're not waiting to become a certain age or have a certain amount of money to do the things that you want to do. But the innovation you have today, the problem you want to solve today is valid, and you are the person to do it. So we do welcome you to participate in the Mr. Price Foundation and EDHE Waste Innovation Challenge. We look forward to going through all of your expressions of interest and seeing all the businesses that you're going to come up with. And we wish you absolutely all the best on this journey. And thank you so much to our panelists. I think what you've taken us through and what we've learned from you is that it is possible to be a student and start a business. It is possible to go into a space where there isn't a lot of people doing what you want to do and find a pathway to creating that vision that you see in that space. And the partners for that work actually do exist. So do find those partners within the EDHE and USAF ecosystem, within the Mr. Price Foundation ecosystem, and where there is a will, there indeed is a way. Thank you guys so much. Please give our panel a wonderful round of applause.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mkiza, for an engaging and informative panelists and the ones that are online. I guess we all learned something. If you have got anything that you'd want to understand, please, the contacts, especially our economic activation officers in our university, will actually assist. Good afternoon. I can see the silence in the room now. Good afternoon. How are we? I can see Prof. Makondo there. Yeah, he's still standing. Ah, no, that's good. Please allow me to invite our Executive Dean from Department of Health Science, from Durban University of Technology, Professor Tunu, to give us our closing remarks. Let's give a round of applause, please.
So much, Program Director Dr. Solomon. Greetings, everyone. Good afternoon. I will try and be very brief. I was enjoying the speeches here, so I took copious notes. I have like 20 pages I wanted to share with you, but I will just squeeze it to 2 minutes. I'll start by saying all protocol observed because of time. The day actually started as a very stressful one because of the accidents on the N3, on the freeway, but I'm just glad that we all made it safely to the venue. Ms. Nobo, I don't see, oh, you are there. Ms. Nobo, thank you for inviting me to this wonderful event. But next time I will look at the fine prints and terms and conditions, because the minute I click the RSVP button, my name just popped up as being in the program. So next time, before I say yes, I will remember that. But anyway, it's been an honor to be part of such an engaging event. I have learned a lot personally, and we've been exposed to valuable knowledge and strengthened our connections. Actually, I already have people that I would like to contact immediately after this meeting. I will just do that. And as we wrap up the event, let me just highlight the key points. One of the things that came up strongly is that the focus is on sustainable and impactful solutions to waste management, not just a fly-by-night kind of thing, and also on environmental sustainability. We also spoke about innovation, creativity, sustainability, and youth, which was very interesting because this is the theme of the day, but these are challenges that we are faced with in the country. And I also want to quote Dr. Matutu, where she was saying, entrepreneurship is the key driver of innovation and economic growth. She also highlighted the importance of collaboration, co-creativeness in dealing with waste challenge. And also applauded the collaboration, because if you see, there are so many, all the KZN-based universities are here. So she applauded the collaboration between the 4 universities in the province, which is UKZN, MUT, UNIZULU, and DUT, in confronting the waste challenge instead of working in silos. So the message is we cannot win this competition if we are, this challenge, sorry, if we are working in silos. Part of the message is that the innovation you come up with must show creativity. And in fact, while on that subject of innovation, I was just sitting there thinking how I wish AI can make me young again so that I can get all these opportunities. I can't say it better than what has already been said, that take advantage of this competition and just send your applications. Imploring you to send your applications, Dr. Bumbo says, let's transform ideas into impactful solutions. I also like it when Mr. Pupupwe, I'm saying it in isiZulu now, when he says, when universities back innovators, countries accelerate. This is about seeing our country being progressive. And he also talks about creating ecosystems, architects, and enablers, green entrepreneurship, job creation for young people. Most importantly, I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking, can you visualize these entrepreneurial scientists that he was talking about? And just thinking, maybe as you are sitting here, you are wondering, who are these entrepreneurial scientists? That should not be the spirit. You should think of yourself as the future entrepreneur scientist. So I would like to thank all of you for your active participation and dedication to this initiative. And a special thank you to all the speakers, Dr. Matutu, CEO of USAF. It's actually so good to finally meet you in person, Dr. Matutu, because we've engaged a number of times on some issues that I won't mention here, but it was virtually. So I want to thank you for reminding us today about the role of higher education sector in entrepreneurship and of entrepreneurship being the driver of innovation in economic growth. And from Dr. Gumbo, also from University of South Africa. I was just saying to him, all the quotes that people are using today, I actually believe this is a business opportunity for you right there, if you think of it. Thank you so much for explaining the process of this challenge, competition, so well. I hope that the young people will apply. Mr. Pupube, Director of Mr. Price Foundation, we are happy to be collaborating with you as part of this challenge. Actually, we should be thanking yourself for that. You are tackling critical issues in the country, all those that I've mentioned that you were talking about, the green entrepreneurship. Thank you so much. But most importantly, because this is also in line with our DUT and Vision 2030 as part of its DNA. Ms. Cooker, I like what you said when you were talking about waste being valuable. I actually agree with you on that one. There is a quote that I came across which says, waste is a resource in the wrong place. So it's very true that we have gold in our hands, but we are not even aware of it. I also want to thank our partner universities for sharing their entrepreneurship and innovation project. Ms. Nontokozo Ngobo, DUT, Dr. Tulile Duma from UKZN, Dr. Zama Koza from UKZN, Mrs. Luandlekazi Malika from UNIZULU. And from our panel discussion, I was so blown away by your innovative business ideas. It's very true that entrepreneurs think differently by viewing challenges as opportunities. Where some of us just see junk or nuisance, entrepreneurs see a business idea. Today we just saw this at play. There is a quote again that says the future belongs to those who see possibilities before they become obvious. Well done to all of you and all the best with your businesses. And lastly, I just want to thank all the organizers, the stakeholders, and others who are working in the background. I might not have mentioned them here because of time, the partner universities, and of course, all of you for making this event such a great success. As we close this session, I encourage everyone to carry forward the ideas we discussed today. And Gift, I don't know if he's still there. It really hit hard when you say we need to operationalize AI to work for us in our businesses. Because I'm sitting there, I was just about to take out my notebook, but I have my phone and my laptop here. So we just have to start thinking about that. I will close with a quote by Albert Einstein. This is often cited in the context of upcycling or innovation, where he says, to invent something, all you need is your imagination and a big pile of junk. In this case, we will say a big pile of waste. Thank you so much. Travel safely.
Thank you very much. I'm not here to say thank yous. I'm just here for us to close on a high. I've got two gifts. The one gift I would like to hand out to somebody who is in the room that has been doing really great engagement online. So Thokozani Butelezi, if you have not left the room, please come get a gift and give Thokozani a round of applause. Thank you for engaging with us. And then another gift that I do have, but I think this is the most well-traveled parcel of today. I was going to go out to a student who I think joined us from the furthest location. So we have a student who flew in from UJ on her own account, and then she had to leave because her flight out back home got 2:30. But we just had a gift for her because she was like, I just want to be in the room. And we just wanted to say to her, thank you for wanting to be in the room. Her name is, should I jump in? Makamedi. So shout out to Katlefo. Thank you so much for believing in yourself and wanting to be in the room to network and to connect. And then my only other ask is, before we wrap up and go to lunch, is can I please ask all the coordinators and our speakers to come to the front for a group picture when the program is finally close. So we'll just give you some treats and then we'll take a picture in the front. And then before you come up, I would just like to officially launch the Waste Innovation Challenge. Chandel, is our video on standby? Okay, our in-house tech person. But yes, my job was just to come and give out some gifts and to play the video for us and to say to you, we look forward to seeing you all inside the Mr. Price Foundation and EDHE Waste Innovation Challenge. Thank you.
Any